All right, I'm ready. Okay, are we good?
You're good.
Testing, testing. All right.
Yeah. Your microphone is on. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Last time on the Chronicles of Patria, after the council with the gods and finding out the fate of their friend Wilkes, the knights traveled to the Circle of the Stag to check up on their allies. Finding the circle in ruins, however, the knights split to find any potential survivors. Meanwhile, on the back of a titan, Wilkes comes to from the scent of Odysseer and the feeling of powerful memory. The goddess Maestra awakens Wilkes from his stupor and tells him that she's going to sacrifice herself because she had seen it in a vision. After this, Maestra gets into a fight with Artelicus, ultimately losing, and a powerful shockwave is felt around the world by magic users. Back at the Circle of the Stag, Wilkes crashes down and the knights reunite. Coming up with a game plan, Wilkes teleports the group to the north of Irid. From here, the knights traveled via Windwalk under the ocean to find Githyan. Coming across a large mountain range under the ocean, Mackenzie transformed into his primordial form. Feeling a tug towards the mountain, Mackenzie burrowed inside. As it had turned out, the mountains were actually the body of the sea titan. Githyan appeared and began berating. That was a weird word. Berating the knights for messing with the slumbering. He then informed them to travel to the Night City. Only then would he hear the knights through on what they had to say. After opening a doorway into the Night City, Githyan left, and the knights traveled through and found themselves on a different plane of existence. This is where we ended last session.
That's pretty good. Not bad.
Short and sweet.
Yeah. To the point, factual.
Good show.
Mostly true.
Mostly true.
That's the best part. I actually love that. That's why I like you guys doing the recaps, because every week you guys add a little bit of detail that definitely did not happen, and it's always my favorite.
What was the detail that did not happen?
Don't worry about it. I'll just back write it. Don't worry. I'll just backdate that post. Don't worry about
Fix it in post.
Yeah.
I know you like this. No, I want to know what didn't happen. That all sounded real to me. It sounded real to me.
Yep,
Like,
it
I'm
was
pretty
great.
sure
Everything was perfect. Yeah. So
Yes.
we you guys have stepped through this doorway. Mackenzie, I believe you dropped your primordial form? Question mark.
Yeah,
I feel like you did.
I did.
I think so.
And you guys all unwindwalked, so you are humanoids again and not clouds under the water. I think also was a thing.
I also have a point of exhaustion.
You do have
I
a
can
point of
breathe again.
exhaustion.
Oh god, there's fireworks outside.
You can breathe again. Oh yeah, we're definitely near that.
Sorry to hear fireworks. They're gonna happen a lot.
Oh, for sure. All right. You guys are standing at the edge of the Night City. Stretching ahead of you is mostly darkness. You guys have not had a moment yet to adjust to what you see before you, but the entrance of this cavern that brought you through into what must be another dimension, just based on past experience partially, but also
I can taste it.
exactly, you can taste it in the air. This isn't Patreon air. What'd you guys like to do?
Daria affixes her night vision goggles, make sure they're on right, and then turns to the rest of the group.
I slap on my goo.
I was just about to ask, is the night jelly water resistant?
Yeah.
All right.
It's made of one of the components is eels, so.
Okay. All right, I'll give it to you. You slap on your night lube and you're good to go.
Night vision
damn,
lube.
I like that.
I also don't like that, but I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with it. I'm committing.
I
You're
can
hell
just
to
see
die
Ziggy's
on,
just
but at
like,
least
"This
you're
works."
dead.
God.
Daria will kind of look at everyone as they're getting ready, and she'll say, "All right, I guess we're just headed through. Or do we have any formations we want to do? Any plans on what the Night City is?" I know Nareth said something about it being some kind of realm for the dead or something. But
Right. Realm of the dead. That's not concerning at all.
What are you talking
Maybe I
about?
shouldn't have come out of primordial form because I forgot how tired it makes me.
yeah, it might have been a good idea. But I also don't know if we want to go into this with any kind of hostility. I don't know if these spirits are vengeful or if they're just wandering.
I wouldn't know anything. Like, has there been any like tales of entering the Night City? Sounds like a childhood story.
Sounds like something that Wilka should roll a history check for, Mr. Sailor
Oh
Boy.
yeah, let's do it. Alright.
I'll give you
little
advantage
scallywag.
if you're rolling history.
All right, let's advantage because I have a. Oh, I got a +1.
Yeah, you got a +1. You're doing great, buddy.
All right. Well, the first one's a 14.
Okay.
Second one's 11. 14 + 1, that is 15.
Okay. The Night City is a old sailor's tale. It is a place. Stories differ. In some cases, it's phrased as being trapped, as some stories phrase it as a in-between place before passing on to the afterlife for any seafaring individual who finds themselves at the mercy of Giffian's torment. Dying at sea, you find yourself walking through the Night City before ultimately passing on.
Okay, so it's only if you've died at sea, not in general.
Correct.
Okay. It's like a limbo for sailors, essentially, who've died at sea, or people in general who've died at sea. Not a general like.
Seems a little harsh.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
It's just a place. It's just like a hotel. It's all good.
So do you know
Yeah,
if
it's
we
like
should expect
It's like
Check in,
hotel
you never
shopping.
leave.
Yeah.
You check in and you never leave. Yeah.
You just gotta pass through customs before you can go to the afterlife. That's all of it.
Just an extended TSA visit.
Exactly. It's just part of the luxury of being able to travel.
Does greater restoration removes exhaustion, doesn't it?
I believe it removes
It
a level
does,
of,
yeah.
yes.
Sick.
No yawning. I'm gonna fall asleep if you yawn.
Oh no.
I'm so tired.
I'm
I'll try
going to burn a spell slot and restore myself.
Okay, you lose your level of exhaustion.
I'm not going through the entire Night City making every roll with disadvantage.
I don't know what you're so scared of.
So should we expect any kind of resistance? Or
I wouldn't put it past it. Can't be too cautious.
right?
We're not here to socialize anyways. Right? Got a place to
No.
Outside with Giffian, I don't think so.
Wilkes, as
leading
well
the way?
as anyone who thinks they would have studied the overarching stories that makes up the Children of Kyle, you would have some understanding of what civilization feels about Giffian. The stories of the fights and disputes between the children after Kyla passed, ultimately leading to Maestra and the others banishing all of the gods. Giffian was not a part of any of that. The only thing Giffian did in terms of on a grand scale that affected more than just his own domain under the ocean was to bind the energies given off by both of the moons to the ocean, and therefore creating the tides that shape the landscape. Besides that, there aren't very many stories of Giffian interceding in things that happened on the land.
He's just a big old hermit.
Just did his own thing.
I honestly don't blame him. I probably would have done the same.
Having taken a moment to adjust your eyes to what you see before you, most of you have good enough passive perception that you would be able to make out that there is some natural light coming from the domain in front of you. There are rows and rows and rows of city streets. It, unlike anything you've seen before, and you've seen large cities. You guys have traveled to Thunderall, which is a sprawling, constantly growing metropolis etched into and throughout a mountain. You've been to Dragonmoor, which continuously delves deeper and deeper into the earth, expanding itself. And some of you have been to Greenhaven, the largest city in Patria. And nothing compares to this. You look eastward over, directly opposite. You guys are entering from the west behind you. And in all the cardinal directions available to you, besides the wall that houses the door you guys cross through behind you, the city is endless. There is no break, there is no river or topography that breaks up this city. It is endless rows of buildings, of straight, gridded city streets and pathways. Gives off the eerie similarity to a graveyard. You can't quite make out what's giving off this light. It almost seems like the water that, now that you think about it, you are no longer underwater. There is water around you, kind of like raindrops that are suspended in time. And above you, instead of clouds blotting out the sun, is a vast ocean, but around you is air.
You said the raindrops were just like floating in the air?
They seem to be just kind of holding place. And
Can I
while
touch
doing so, they not glow like that of like a light source, but they just seem to produce from nowhere enough visible light that seems like an overcast day. You go ahead and touch it, and it's water. Similar to, you know, seeing like an astronaut on the International Space Station, the water just kind of attaches to their skin. Good old salty H2O.
Yeah, lovely.
You said the city seems endless. I believe Giffian said something about meeting him at the center of the city.
That is correct.
Does it look to be like a prominent center?
As described, this city, from your vantage point where you currently are, seems to just endlessly expand in every direction in front of you.
Anyone have any ideas on how to get to the center of an endless city?
I'd say go forward until we get to the center, but I don't know if we're in the middle or not.
We could try going above.
We could
Yeah,
walk.
we could get a high. Yeah, we could walk, or one of us could get a high vantage point and then point us in the right direction.
I just feel like sometimes things seem different than they actually appear. We wouldn't have been told to go somewhere we couldn't get to.
I mean, unless we were.
Your last days on Patreon, you get pranked by the
Is
god
one.
of the sea.
Get wrecked.
Davy Jones' locker swings open.
Katia, Bryn, could you perhaps...
Where'd
Change
Katya
your
come
name.
from?
Could you perhaps change your name in the server?
your name has to be changed.
Oh,
Your name
yes.
has...
Yeah.
Says
Says NCMLFC.
Daria. Daria's there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
in the name.
parentheses.
Yeah,
in the name.
parentheses Daria.
That is important.
Which doesn't at all could contradict with Wilkes parentheses Mac.
And Kyvier parentheses club.
Also correct.
Yeah, Dart.
Bryn, do you think you could take your broom and maybe perhaps get a vantage point?
Bryn nods once and immediately tries to mount her broom. Can she do that?
Yeah, you begin hovering about 5 feet off the ground. You don't feel any different forces pushing you down or around or anything. It feels the same as it always has.
Okay. Then I try to scout out the most direct path to what would feasibly be a center. Not necessarily like quote unquote like geographical center if it literally seems to stretch in all directions, but like clearly there's somewhere that seems like the center of town.
Sure. How high do you fly up?
Why are you asking me?
Yeah.
Like,
Are
I feel
you
personally, however high Bryn feels would be a reasonable
I'm
distance to
gonna
fly up.
push you to give me a number. The
I don't
cloud,
fucking know
the
numbers.
cloud
That's so
above
mean.
you, the oceanic cloud above you is about 50 feet above your head.
Okay,
The-
then like 40 feet because I'm not trying to go into cloud cover. I can't see through clouds. Oh my god, that was so mean. You think I know distances?
You do now. And you can always ask. So you
Your
fly.
broom is a 60-foot movement speed.
I felt personally attacked. Like
You
I felt
fly-
personally attacked.
You fly with the
Taking things.
ocean above you, giving you enough space that you're not going to accidentally clip into it or travel through it. And you head eastward, which is the direct center point of your vision from where the portal brought you into the Night City. You travel for a few rounds, getting a couple 100 feet away. Everything from your vantage point looks the same as when you were there. And being 40 feet up, it's weird. You look back at your friends, and they're a few 100 feet away where you left them, and they're standing on ground level. They're not looking from like a cliff vantage point down on the city. They are like travelers entering naturally from an arterial road into the town. And you're only 40 feet up, which makes these buildings look very, very small from your vantage point. They can't be more than a single story because they look small and you're only 30 feet above them.
Okay.
But besides that, you don't see any resemblance to a main road that travels throughout the land. You don't see any road that looks any particularly different, that would kind of lead you to believe it is more relevant.
Would I understand this to be some sort of illusion, just given the fact that while I probably haven't seen something like it firsthand, I probably would have been trained on things like that, like in preparation? Or does it genuinely look like this is just how this was designed?
At this moment, because you guys are just starting to surface into it, you're not getting any sort of like illusory effect. This just seems like, hey, it is built by a god. A lot of people have died at sea. Maybe the city is just that big.
Okay, so there's no point of reference. We were literally just given really shitty directions.
Correct.
Okay, then I would return
Thanks,
and tell them
God.
that. Be like, you might not have been aware of this, but the gods hate us, and they have given us really poor directions. There is no discernible center of town.
Well,
You could just walk forward.
I guess that is one way.
I
Someone
mean,
finds
so I guess
themselves in
it's-
hell, they should just keep going.
Well, Daria will begin to walk forwards.
Let's go.
walk into the town.
LFG, let's fucking go.
I don't require an active marching order. However, if at any point you guys want to partner off and have dialogue outside of earshot of anyone else, or if anything you want to go look at as you guys are traveling, just please say so. But otherwise, I will assume you were traveling in a relatively close-knit pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you step into the edge of the city, again, you're in this very strange air all around you, and yet you still have this... Kyvier, for example, you're still almost struggling to breathe just as like a psychosomatic after effect where you still feel like you're submerged in water. But you're not. You're breathing air, you're able to breathe through your nose just fine. And as you take a moment at the edge of this city, taking a few steps in, the roads and paths are made out of some sort of ocean floor, shale rock of some sort, compressed into bricks as if it's been formed into the city, not grown naturally. The buildings are all varying heights, single-story, family-looking dwellings. There are some markets that are currently empty, and there are some taller buildings that stretch up into the sky 50 or 60 feet. Even with all the simple materials used, it is shockingly beautiful and detailed. The city looks clean but lived in, and also very quiet.
Dario is gonna turn to Wilkes as they're walking, and she'll say, "So, it looks like we've got perhaps some time to kill as we travel. What happened? What happened with Maestra and you, and after you died?"
Well, I remember... Was it I smelled something familiar, right?
You did,
Tyler?
yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first thing was...
It's like I wrote it down, but it'd take me longer to look at my notes.
It was the smell of...
It was the smell
something.
of Otis.
It was
Yeah,
the
it was like
smell of
Otis here.
something cooking, and then it was kind of a collection of things, almost like an overshock of things that
Senses.
associated you with being alive and being at home, quickly overtaken by the smell of Otis here, your closest friend.
Yeah, I essentially was shocked back to my senses by Odysseer, and I followed that smell until I met up with them and Maestra. She told me that to not interfere, and I was put in a wall of force, and I watched her and Artelicus fight, and then I was launched off the Titan. And that's where she died.
Wilkes, make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
You explode in the spot.
11.
God.
3 + 8 is what you rolled.
Yep.
Jesus.
Okay, carry on.
No. All right, guys.
Nothing
wanna use all my
happens.
magic?
Nothing happens. It's just you don't
So-
get anything from reliving that
Damn it.
that sequence of events.
So Maestra's dead then.
Yeah.
Can you carry her spark?
Yeah. I don't
know.
really know. Really don't know.
What did Artelicus look like?
Ruh-roh Reggie.
Like Wilkes's like face just kind of like goes a little bit paler as he recalls what Artelicus looks like. He just says, he like shakes his head and says he was bigger than Maestra, and he was like, he looked similar to a Goliath, but he didn't look like he was, I don't know, trying to think of the word. It's not, just didn't look present. He had this like black, it was out of his eyes, right? This black ichor.
Running down his face, mainly coming from the eyes, was like a constant stream of like black, inky liquid.
He had this black ichor coming down his eyes, and where his legs should have been were spiders' legs. Did he have a thorax too, or just the legs of a spider?
It was hard to see from where you were, because he was coming up over the side of this Titan as you were trapped on the far side of it. It looked to have a thorax, but the proportions seemed off and almost manufactured, as if he didn't, he wasn't created with these legs. He clearly acquired them somehow. But there were, to confirm so that you aren't confused, he had 2 spider-like protrusions on either side of where his legs would start. And then above that, coming out almost of his rib cage, but more on the back side, were 2 more pincers that almost operated as arms, although they easily could have been walked on as well. And then he had his humanoid, 5-fingered Goliath arms, for a total of 8.
Okay, so he had 6 spider legs and 2 regular. Okay. He didn't look.
I can't wait until I can show you guys the art.
Natural. Like, he looked like he was spliced together. Like he did it himself, or someone did it to him. Based on his demeanor, though, I'd say he might have done it himself.
Daria nods and kind of looks away and has like a look of like she's thinking. And she goes, "All right, you know the face of our enemy at least. What he looks like." Guess that puts it into some perspective. Any ideas on how we're actually going to beat him?
Not really. I mean,
I don't think this is a fight we can go into just winging it.
I know that, but after seeing him, I feel like all our plans fall to the wayside. We only can hope that what we are doing right now can impact him in some way and actually trap him, right? It'd be trapping his essence inside of Anne.
I don't think we'd be able to kill him either way, but we have to have a plan on at least trying to weaken him.
Is Anne here right now?
Anne is with you guys, yes.
Bryn looks to Anne as they're having this conversation.
For the last little while, although for a bit it was hard to tell because she was made out of a cloud, And
Clouds
his
held hands.
and the clouds were holding hands. Anne is holding your hand now that you're back with the group, but she's just not, I wouldn't say stone-faced. It's a flat expression. There is obviously some pain. And she's just been crying. Not making any noise. Not even necessarily a sad cry, just processing what is to come. As you go ahead.
Bryn's just, would just stand there and, stare between them because, there's nothing really else that she can do.
As you listen to Wilkes, the group of you, I'm assuming, is just kind of listening to Wilkes recap what he saw, what happened. You guys are traveling now at a slower pace, taking things a little bit on the light side because you don't know what you're walking into. The Night City expands in front of you as you are now a few hundred feet, if not further. The buildings start to take presence. You start to feel the shadows that they cast. And as you walk, again, I think most of you have a fairly decent passive perception. I think the lowest one being Nerith with 16. You all begin to realize that the buildings are much taller. And Bryn, you realize this not lining up with the vantage point you had earlier. Some of these buildings are now stretching hundreds of feet into the air above you, but still not touching the oceanic cloud above. And you don't know if it's just a weird perception or what, but the city is growing around you as you guys travel.
Bryn would call ahead, but not loudly. Just more to the people directly in front of her. The city's changing.
Changing, huh?
These buildings, I didn't see them before.
Let's not,
Does it feel like we're on a track and the background's moving around us?
No, you definitely feel the substance, and if you wanted to test it, Wilkes, you could go down a different lane and see that it is, it's not a wallpaper.
Wilkes is gonna...
Don't split the party! Don't split the party!
No, I won't go that far. Wilkes is gonna summon Otis here, and then, he's gonna go to, the nearest alley, go down, and just be are there alleys and blocks and stuff like that?
Yeah, it is very much like a.
Okay, he's gonna go down an alley just to the next street over.
Yep.
You take 2 steps ahead and get sucked into a portal dimension.
You're gone.
But trying to see it, lining, not being ahead of the group, just being even as I walk and seeing if I see the same thing or sudden things change.
Okay, so just to you're going 1 block, let's say, south of them. And you're gonna walk in tandem to see.
Yeah. That works.
See what the perception is.
Yeah.
Okay. So you and Otis here split off. You probably tell the party what you're doing so they don't freak out.
Yeah, I'll be I'm just gonna see. I just want to see something. I'll be back.
Okay.
I won't go far. I promise.
Hey, Nerith. Real quick, I have something for you.
Oh.
Mackenzie pulls out a potion bottle and hands it to you. This will make you incredibly smart, and will help you think 4 times as fast as you normally do.
Oh, they ban these at university.
Is that
Ben,
Adderall?
what it-
Excuse me.
Mackenzie, did you just make liquid Adderall?
Did you just give him some
No!
poppers?
I made this out of the brains of those dwarves we found in the Dunderdug.
Oh no.
Oh.
Daria just looks at Neris and just mouths, "Good luck."
And the weird running brain creature, but specifically the parts of their brain that were specifically affected by whatever was making them do the things.
Oh. Is
I'll-
that all?
Thank you.
Oh god.
I'll keep it close.
I really hope Mackenzie gets to level 20 so that he can be an old man NPC in campaign 2.
Yeah.
Don't throw it in a fire. No.
Oh.
Yep. No, we
It's
learned
not
that
gonna go
one.
well. Yeah.
What is this that you've given him?
Potion of alien intellect.
Okay.
Oh, my
Brain
God.
blast.
You got him a brain blast.
What does alien
so-
intellect do?
When you drink the potion, your intelligence score is raised to 25, and you have advantage on all intelligence ability checks and saving throws. However, you will have headaches for a minimum of an hour afterward, and I only have the one.
Okay.
Even better.
No, that's good. All right. How long does it
Sorry,
last?
what's the
4 hours.
Wow.
Potion of alien intelligence.
Intellect.
Intellect. I shall add it. I'll put it under my treasure category.
Ooh,
Because it is a treasure.
It is a treasure.
a valued treasure.
As
Also,
that
I don't-
exchange is happening, Kai and Bryn and Daria, I guess, isn't directly part of this. What are you guys doing while Wilkis is wandering off and Mackenzie and Nerith are
Sharing a brew.
sharing a brew?
Being immensely worried about the subject of prophecy.
Valid.
My
Very
girlfriend.
valid.
Kai is just staring a bit concernedly at Anne.
Me too, bestie.
So true, bestie.
Kai, is there something you want to do about that? You got some cool stuff you can do, you know?
Get some fucking.
Do you wanna hold my girlfriend's hand? She's
Yeah,
got
do
two.
you wanna hold her?
You wanna hold my sister?
She is two hands.
She does have two hands still for now.
Oh my god, stop! I need a hand
She's
to hold.
changing into different creatures every time
I know,
she
but
eats
at
a
least,
god.
at
She
least
might
give
turn
me
into like a rock.
At least give me a tentacle or something.
A rock?
Yeah, she might turn into a pretty rock with blonde hair.
I'll
Hey,
carry her. I'll
yo.
carry. I'll get a big blanket and I'll make a satchel that you could hold like a small chimera
A
or
little
like a
baby
rocket.
Bjorn?
Yeah.
Baby
Rocco
Bjorn.
won't mind. He's a rock. Nothing is more entertaining than Elmo losing his shit over that rock. It's so good.
Elmo didn't deserve to be gaslit like that.
100%.
Especially not for years.
It's so good.
Don't gaslight Elmo.
Stop gaslighting Elmo 2022.
Yeah, I'm gonna just head over to Anne's side and just hold her hand and place the other on her arm just to give my presence.
Okay.
We're gonna hold all of the hands. You give Anne 8 hands. We'll hold 8
Someone
hands.
grab one leg, someone grab the other. We'll carry her all the way through this damn city.
Ultron and Daria kind of looks back, sees them, and sees Anne kind of troubled, and then she just kind of steals her face and turns back around and just pushes forward in front of the group.
Okay. Wilkis, you've walked
Yup.
up the next street, which is only about 50 or 60 feet away. You're not that far. And you walk through the next set of buildings to get to the next alleyway so that you can see back where your group is after traveling for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Make a perception check.
All right. Oh, that was a nat 20
Oh.
for a total of 27.
Okay. That is very good news. So a few things you notice before they happen. As you are you riding Odyssey, or are you just walking beside him?
Yeah. I think I would have walked with Otis here, but I would want him with me just so I
Okay.
have either a quick escape or a quick just someone to help.
Okay. You guys walk, you and your big old puppers, and just as you're reaching the other lane, the next street over, the main street that you can now walk down, you look over your shoulder to look at the party, and you see Kyvier go over and grabs Anne's other hand. Daria kind of joins them as well, and Nerith and Mackenzie are tinkering with something that Mackenzie's pulled out of a bag.
How'd you carbonate it?
It was a
Why does it say this will give me wings?
Yo, how'd you get a soda stream down here?
That's amazing.
Oh God.
It's so
Why,
good.
why is it?
I found
Why does
this.
it have WC on it?
And as you're watching them, again, I think you've had this effect before where something happens that should be jarring and cause you, a level of distress and being upset. But in this moment, it just sort of happens, and you notice it after the effect, not while it's happening. But they're moving away from you.
Oh.
And not walking away from you, but you begin to realize that you can no longer make out the details on Mackenzie's bag. Or anything, really, as they seem to now be 400 or 500 feet away. You can still see them.
Hurrah!
And before you have a moment to oh shit or whatever, or message them saying, guys, you look back at the path that you now find yourself on, and in the distance, just almost out of the corner of your eye, it could be the trick of a light, you see movement. Just a little blob, something small, and it dashes around the corner out of view.
I does it as I'm walking, do they keep getting farther and farther away?
So to describe kind of what you're seeing, because it's a little bit, if you imagine a capital H, okay, they're walking on the left leg of that H. You've crossed through the center point and are now on the other side. So as you continue to travel, I guess more like rings on a ladder, you will see them at incremental points. So they are traveling parallel to you, not perpendicular. So if you keep traveling the same direction as them, you will continue to see them wherever these alleys cross over.
Mm-hmm. And are they they're the same, like, distance every time I see them, right?
Yep.
Okay. Because I'm gonna keep going forward, and how close was that movement?
Maybe
Can Odysseer,
maybe 60 feet away?
would Odysseer be able to determine it better than I, since they are they do have a expertise in perception?
What is their passive perception? Because you rolled a nat 20 to see that, so there's definitely a chance for Odie to
apparently,
see it.
according to the stat block, it's 25.
Okay, I believe that's correct. Let's see. Yep, it sure is. They have a 25 passive perception. It's kind of hard for anything to get by a celestial soul hound,
Yeah.
But yes, you see Odie kind of perk up his ears and doesn't run away from you. He's much better trained than that, but he does kind of make a noise signaling that he too saw whatever that creature was. The rest of the party, Wilkes has disappeared from sight.
Bryn refuses to say I told you so.
Just squeezes Anne's hand a little harder.
Mackenzie, you didn't see where Lucas went, did you?
Did I notice him get farther and farther away as I was talking to Nary?
You saw that he went down that path that separated these two parallel walkways.
Oh yeah, he went this way.
So, like, your best guess would be like, oh, he probably just kept walking, so he's out of view because he's continued on ahead. We just need to catch up.
Can Bryn go get on her broom and retrace his steps faster than he can walk?
Sure. Please roll a D100 for me.
Oh great. Goodbye, guys. I'll miss you guys forever. See you in Patria too.
I was gonna say I can cast Locate Creature. I have
speak
that.
up.
I was trying
You
to.
could do it at the same time. These things
can
can
do it at the
happen
same time.
simultaneously.
I got an 88.
Okay. You begin traveling southward because you guys are originally traveling eastward, and the ladder rung, as I'm using that as my example, is traveling southward. So you pull down, you kind of blow through where Mackenzie and Nerith are standing. You follow down, you get to the next section, you go eastwards, and you see something in the distance. And you go closer and closer, and you are looking at the back of Daria and Kyvir, Mackenzie.
Oh hey,
and
Daria.
As Katya just comes, or God damn it, as Bryn comes up behind you guys.
Bryn, did you just go in a whole circle?
No, I didn't. That's the problem.
Ah, right. See, this is why I gave you that potion, Nerith, was so that maybe you could, like, put together the whole puzzle in your mind.
And I've cast Locate Creature. I know where he is. I've been like holding my hands out, like walking, like just like waiting. Just,
I know exactly where he is.
This whole time.
Sherlock.
I would like you to make a... What is your spellcasting modifier? It's wisdom, right?
Wisdom, yeah.
Yeah, make
My
a wisdom
locate-
saving throw.
Wisdom save.
Welcome to the club.
You're
I
trying
get
to
advantage.
beat your own spell save DC, which is 15.
I get advantage because of aura.
You do
19.
19.
What's up?
The spell is successful.
My one use.
And what is the range of locate creature? Yours is a
10
little bit
miles.
saucy, right? Yeah, you got 10 miles.
10 miles.
The spell is successful, but you do not sense Wilkes.
Oh, what?
Oh, he's either outside of my 10-mile radius, something is affecting him.
I know he's been working out, but he cannot move that fast.
Someone please. I'm gonna radio in and
Somebody
try
come
and
get
message
her.
Wilkes, and I'll say, Wilkes, can you read? Are you?
No, I can't read.
Hi, my name is Wilkes.
No,
I'm
I know.
23 and never learned how to fucking read.
Why?
I'm
Why?
literally-
You know he was homeschooled.
Yeah, anyways, sorry. What did you say, Daria?
Are you nearby? We can't see you anymore.
Wilkes, you hear it?
Do I see them still?
No, they're gone.
They're gone too?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well, I just saw you guys a little bit ago, but you're gone. I don't see you anymore, so.
Mackenzie just...
For you,
Mackenzie
Wilkes,
just
just
sits down.
again, like obviously this is getting a little stressful, but you didn't
Yeah.
see them like poof and disappear. From your perspective, it looked like they just kept walking. So you guys are now separated by a block of buildings, not by an open street. So it's like, where are you guys still walking forward?
yeah,
Like, where are you guys
so-
going?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna take my staff.
Yep.
How hard is the ground?
As you've been walking on it, it's pretty tough. It's a mixture of rock and clay.
Would I be able to use mold earth to like draw on it?
It may take a bit, but you would be able to, yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to leave a symbol marking that we were there. It is of a horse.
Okay, and just to confirm, where is this symbol? Is this in like the middle of this intersection that you guys stopped at?
Yes.
Okay. Wilkes, are you moving forward with Odysseer to find whatever lie ahead, or are you stopping to find your friends?
I think I'm going to.
You know, I think we should just go and like see what happens.
Bryn looks at you, like she like daggers. Poo poo poo. Literally just got Wilkes back 5 minutes ago.
You know we have to find
and
a
you're
way
already
out,
like,
though.
fuck Wilkes.
I'm not saying fuck Wilkes. I'm saying that no matter what we do, we're gonna keep moving all over the place. So if we're always looking for an exit, then we're all going to meet up eventually.
We should at least move forward to where we're in open streets again and see if we can make contact with him. If he's within eyesight, that way we know
Look,
that he's
there's
moving
literally
in directions.
no point in getting stressed out over it because there's nothing we can do about it. We just need to go and get it over with.
Bryn looks at Kai like she's on an episode of The Office and hopes that he sympathizes with her.
Kai's just staring into the void like, I don't know.
I'm not wrong!
Anyways, Wilkes, what are you doing?
Wilkes would
I'm gonna. So it looks like they just were moving ahead, like they're maybe a little bit ahead of me.
The last
like
you
in the
knew,
next
they were
alleyway.
going to continue forward. You were just going to test if at the next intersection of alleyways, if anything weird happened. But as you were testing that, they got further and further and further away. So you're kind of confirming a theory that
So
you're
they
still
just,
trying to prove.
In my perspective, they just moved really fast, essentially.
Did Daria explain that, like, he literally disappeared because Bryn went to go trace his path and he is not in that path anymore? Or did Daria just be like, hey, where are you?
Yeah, but
I would have. Yeah, I would have said that. Like, if we're continuing to talk with Wilkes, I definitely would have been like, we tried going back your path, didn't work. I think we just have like. Daria will say that I think we do just have to keep moving. I think the more time we spend here, the more confused we're gonna get, the more lost we'll get. If we can still communicate with him, that means if anything bad happens, he can alert us.
Exactly.
Then we try our best to get to him. But
I did see movement up ahead, so I'm gonna go look at that. I'm just kidding.
Dude, there is a guy with a bony finger beckoning me forward. I'm gonna go see what he's all
He's
about.
missing his left eye and his left hand, but I think he's just lost.
He's just
I think
lost.
he might need
He looks
help.
like he needs some directions.
Looks like a chill dude.
I'm gonna give him my coat. One
He's
second.
wearing a name tag that says Chrissy on it.
Bryn
Is there-
hates it here.
Alright,
are there plants around?
No, there's no
I'm going to keep.
greenery at all.
I'm going to keep moving
Ew.
forward.
'Kay.
Since the party's not panicking either, so.
Everything's
Yeah, the
just
party's
vibes.
not panicking.
Only Bryn
maybe
is
Bryn is, but they're
panicking.
not. I
Bryn
can't
is usually
see Bryn.
panicking for a good reason, okay?
Yeah, but I
It's just
can't
a bad
see your
reason to
facial
panic.
expressions.
As you reach the next intersection, Wilkes, you look to the left, so the north direction, which is where that thing you saw went.
We're
to.
moving.
You guys are traveling
moving-
east, and you went
We're traveling
south
okay.
a block. So you're south of
So
them
I'm
a
like,
block,
okay.
traveling east parallel
Okay.
with them. So to look north would be to look back towards where they were. So it's looking towards where you might see them. You don't see them. You do see, just off at the distance, no more than 100 feet or so away, a small figure push himself around a corner. and disappear out of sight again. You also notice something in the center of the intersection that you're in. A crudely drawn horse.
Oh, god damn it.
Can I make an insight check to see if I know it would be Mackenzie or it's something familiar?
Did he sign
It's a sign, yeah.
XOXO.
Is it?
Mackenzie was
XOXO,
here.
Mackenzie.
WUZ.
It just says it's just signed with MM.
MM 98 not MM age 24.
Yeah, go ahead and make it an insight check. You would
All right.
probably know. You've seen him use the spell before, for sure.
12.
12? It could be. I mean, it seems very out of place to have a drawn horse at the bottom of a demi-plane in the ocean, but here you are.
Also, every time we reach any sort of like intersection or bend, I'm making another horse drawing.
Well, we'll get
Daria,
to
Daria, if he's doing that, and Daria kind of recognizes it as like leaving a thing to know where we are, Daria will bring out some paint that she still has, and will kind of mark a nearby wall.
As
Vandalize
They're
you...
just graffitiing the whole city of the gods.
You're vandalizing the lost city.
Well, hold on. Let's get through that, because
It's lost anyway.
That is poignant to what's going on. As you reach the next intersection, we'll call you guys group never separate the party. As you get to the next intersection, Mackenzie, you see the horse that you carved in the previous intersection already there.
Oh no!
Are we going in
Which you forget?
circles?
No,
No,
we're
I
not
didn't
going in
forget
circles.
anything. We're not going in circles. I think everything is just repeated over and over again.
Congratulations, you've entered a bugged, procedurally generated Minecraft world.
Damn it.
Yeah,
Every
bro.
chunk
Outer
is the
Scrolls
same.
Daria's gonna. Go ahead.
Nath is just gonna. Is there like any writing anywhere? Like is there like a street sign or like?
Do you want to go kind of
Mackenzie
look
was
around
here.
at some of the buildings?
Do I want to separate from the party and look at the buildings? Hell yeah, I do.
All right, make an
Yeah,
investigation
yeah.
check. Make an
I'm gonna
investigation
follow
check.
Narrative.
Oh.
Make
Guys
sure you
just
use
looking
the
at
buddy
ground
system.
like we're
Make
all
sure
gonna
you
get
use the
separated,
buddy
aren't
system.
we?
Can I use my
Hey,
monocle?
this is why
or
Mackenzie
this is not a
said we
monocle
should have
thing?
just separated ourselves to begin with.
Can you use your monocle in this one? I'm gonna say probably not.
Okay.
You're just you're actually investigating, like Bryn
But
style.
like, I'm also learning. I'm kidding. I'm getting out my physical dice.
Is it
New
what is-
age?
What is investigating if not learning?
For the final 4 sessions, Nick will not be using digital dice.
Hey, let's go.
Hey,
I already
so
decided
I'm gonna,
that. Because
Yes.
I'm gonna hold you to that, Nick.
You know. Okay, here we go.
You
Listen to this
dip
baby
dice.
roll. 10.
Plus
Let's go.
21
the
total.
21. It's not bad. There is writing. There are various like street signs might be a strong word, but there are various identifiers and labels for some of the buildings around you. Now you can read every language, correct? With your
Yes.
with your special eyes.
Ooh, what language is it?
What's your
Halfling.
FIC?
Halfling. That's right, Triton.
Halfling would be great.
Is it primordial?
Wilkes would be like, yes, finally. I
Finally.
can
No,
do
no,
anything.
It's gonna be the final fight with our tongues. Only
He's gonna
the
cuss at you in
scripture to which
Halfling.
banish me is written in halfling. Only
Only a halfling can defeat me.
Only
Only
halfling
only
special
halfling.
eyes can read this. So you are able to read it, and you begin trying to read it. It is difficult. You're looking at any text, looks like you're reading it through like a cup of water, like it's stretched and distorted and magnified, and it's very difficult, but you are able to translate this. This is in Triton. Some of the street signs say, Hollows Ave. There's different various. Nothing that really catches your eye is relevant. The intersection where the horse was carved by Mackenzie did have a outer circle kind of etched into it, and that has almost like a title on it, and that reads Pandemonium.
God, we're in the
Oh no! Oh
We're in
no!
a subsection Pandemonium.
Boy, yeah, isn't that one of the layers of hell?
It's abyss.
No,
Oh, the
it's,
abyss. Wait.
That's the layer of the stairs that Mackenzie got sent to.
Oh no!
It is
Stairwell.
That is the
Oh my
layer of this.
God.
Mackenzie
No.
just has like a full PTSD meltdown.
I'm trying to
Where's
think.
Pandemonium?
This is Mackenzie right now.
What I know, which Abyss Lord watches over Pandemonium, because we know 4 of them.
You do know 4 of them.
Do I know if anyone rules over Pandemonium, so I can call them?
Hello.
Hey, what's up,
Paul,
baby?
what's
Can
up?
you give me the dev console for this
Hey.
level, please?
We found your dagger.
Go ahead
Ow.
and roll a history check.
All right.
Or religion. But I think you'll go with history.
I'm not rolling. I don't know why. That's a 24.
You do not know who controls the layer of the abyss known as Pandemonium.
I couldn't even beat
It's on the
that.
tip of my tongue. I don't even remember the names of the 4 abyss
Can
lords.
I
just remember they
make
existed.
like some sort of perception or investigation check to see if there's some sort of pattern to the changes or the directions? Since I've been in Pandemonium before.
I would say that as you continue to travel, you may be able to develop a working understanding. But you need more reference points so you can. I mean,
Cool.
Here's
I
the
take
thing.
off.
what do you want to do to help establish a pattern? There are many. You put down this symbol. Perfect. Daria is vandalizing one of the corners.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
lots of things you guys can try do. So, your call. If there's more things you want to do to try seed out what's going on here.
I'm gonna share the info with Lucas. Just radio him and. Hey, did some reading. We're in Pandemonium.
Of course. Yeah.
That's why we can't find you.
Yeah.
You're probably in the labyrinth. As are we.
Stop making patterns. Open doors.
Yeah,
break windows.
wait. Yeah, I was just gonna say we should like vandalize the buildings just in case as well.
As that communication is happening, Wilkes, you hear a noise behind you.
Uh-oh.
I look behind me.
You look behind you and you see a floating hand painting something on the corner of one of the buildings.
Oh my god!
And then it pulls back and disappears.
What the?
I'm currently drawing smiley faces on the corners.
Is it a
Just
smiley
break
face?
some
It
windows.
is a smiley face, yeah.
Open some
Oh.
doors. You
All
know
right,
how it
I'm
is.
gonna just throw. I'm gonna throw a. Yeah. Wait, do I have anything in my bag? I literally probably don't have any items.
Can Bryn lets go of Anne's hand, and leaves her in Kai's care, before using Ghost Walk to see if she can see Like if she can see through the building.
Clip through the mesh.
Can I go
No clip.
You know what? I respect the hell out of it. You absolutely can. So you go into your Ghost Walker form.
Fucking
Clip through pandemonium.
Do the gods
Yo,
respect the
guys, I figured out how to no clip, guys. Watch this.
You move into the buildings, the one most closest to you, in your ghost form, and you see you don't know. It takes your brain like a full 3 seconds to like, what the hell am I looking at? You are looking at a pit that goes down forever of just teeth.
Oh.
Undulating and pushing up, trying to bite you.
Oh.
But they can't as it passes through your ghost form.
Yikes.
Oh my god, I hate that. I fucking hate that.
Okay, wait. So I would like to scoot to the next building. Do I still see teeth?
You scoot into the next building, and again that moment of shock of like, not teeth. What is this? And you see endless rows of creatures, people, hanging on crosses.
Oh my god, for the first time in my life, I can't say I've seen worse.
And they're all alive. They're all
Oh my
making
god.
noise.
Always look on the bright side.
And the one detail that stands out the most is that they all have this icky black substance leaking out of their eyes.
Oh no.
So I take a solid 3 seconds to disassociate and put that in my cute little memory palace and lock the door, and I come back out of the wall. Do I see anything out of the ordinary other than the party that I expect to be there?
Make a perception check.
Okay. 22.
22. Out of the corner of your eye, on the opposite end of where Daria is currently vandalizing the corner, you see a little figure kind of run around a corner and out of sight.
How fast?
Just like a brisk walk. They looked at you for a second, but you didn't have time to register like what you saw, because you were still kind of like dry.
In shock. I was still putting it in my mind
You
palace.
just saw a figure, and you were like, "Oh, that's not the group." And by the time you fully realized what you were looking at, they had already vanished around the corner.
And 1 second. At 10 feet a second, can I make it around the corner to see where they went? It was even or odds. I was like, don't split the party, but it was an odd.
Yep.
So.
You travel down. You guys watch as a see-through translucent Bryn goes flying down the street ahead of you, the direction that you're going to be walking in.
Hey, Bryn, where you going?
And she
Splitting
disappears.
the party!
She disappears around the corner.
Why is it when I suggest it, it's a bad idea, but then everyone does it, and it's suddenly not a bad idea?
It's a terrible idea. That's why I
Wilkes,
rolled
can
for
you
it.
roll a d20 for me, please?
Oh yeah, I can certainly do that for you.
Bryn was like, do I need information or safety more? And of course Bryn said, I
For
need the information.
For the third time, I rolled a 10.
Okay, so plus something that I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
As you're looking back where you were after watching a hand paint the corner, you turn around and a ghost-like figure like goes right through you as Bryn like goes through you, and you're just like, what? And Bryn, you would smack into Wilkes, but not really. You go right through him.
Do I still see the figure, the small figure, or no?
Just behind Wilkes, he's disappeared around the corner again.
I would like to unghost now, please.
All right.
Did you see the boy? Was it a boy? Was it a girl? Was it non-binary?
It looked like a boy.
Did you see the boy?
I saw something, but then I saw you coming right at me, and it kind of distracted me.
He went this way, and I start.
Did I see anything
towards
coming towards me? Outside of Bren?
No. You were caught fully off guard by the dismembered hand painting on the wall.
Yeah, I saw a hand back there painting smiley faces. So I didn't see a boy.
Dario was painting smiley faces, but no, we're gonna lose him if we don't go now.
Okay, well, let's go.
Okay. Wilkes and I continue to split the party.
You guys hop on Otis here?
Yeah, we
can.
can.
Oh my god, yeah!
Okay,
Otis
so
gets
Anne, what we're
faster
gonna
than
do
us.
is just stay right here.
Okay,
and wait for
so
everyone
while
else to
that's
come back.
happening, the four of you that are not together, what are you guys doing?
You mentioned we're together. Mackenzie's gonna like close his eyes, take his staff and kind of use it as like a stick in front of him, and he's just gonna start walking away.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Daria just like puts both hands in her head.
Oh
my god.
It's just like,
what direction are you going, Mackenzie?
Whatever direction we were facing.
Okay, so you're continuing forward eastward. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And I just I have my staff on the ground in front of me in case there's like a drop or something, so I won't walk into it.
Okay.
And I just go.
All right.
Is this act like an idiot day, or
like,
are we just doing crazy things?
And it's just kind of like, there's like, it's like gives you this concerned look, and can I just make a perception check to just do a full 360 of what I see around me right now?
Yeah, I would love for you to do a full 360. You guys can both make perception checks.
I just want to figure out what the fuck is going on. Nat 20.
damn.
Plus 6.
Okay.
Also nat 20 plus
No
7.
fucking way.
Okay.
Oh.
Unfortunately,
Just
it's
one
just
little
a perception check, and you guys are trapped in
my
a labyrinth, so
God.
the details are going to be rocky. The first thing that you notice being different is that although you've only been traveling for half an hour, you do not see the portal that you came in by. You are surrounded 360 degrees by sandstone and mud-built buildings that are all now hundreds of feet tall.
Okay.
You've stood in front of mountains, you've climbed into Thunderall's mountain from the inside. You know scale, but seeing it from the ground so close to the structure without it being a gradual, mountainous expansion is difficult to process. For the players, a good example would be like the dead cities in the third layer of Inception, where they're all like hundreds of feet tall buildings that are empty and classless and don't have any type of identity to them. You guys are walking in a city full of skyscrapers.
I can go up. I can see if it's like the same, but I don't know if that's what I should do.
What's Kyvier up to? Holding.
I'm
his
staying
hand.
exactly where I am. I am not moving. I do not trust anything about anything here.
Kyvier's with Daria and I, correct?
Yeah. You four
Yeah,
plus Anne are together. Bryn and Wilkes and Otis here have separated.
We'll just look to us, like Nerith will just look to us for truce. We're not going anywhere, right?
I don't want
Truce.
to go anywhere.
You see Daria's like looking down at her boots and like looking up and
Don't
is
think
just
about
looking at you. Just like I could see I could go up and try.
I don't know what good standing around will do.
We watch for how they appear and reappear, and we can make decisions based off that.
Daria will look around and will go, all right. And she's going to take her paint and draw a circle around them. And is going to go,
Protecting
we
its
stay
seabirds.
here. We stay here. We see if they interact with the circle at all. Or
Mackenzie, as you
whatever.
walk to the next intersection, you see this circle being painted on the ground.
Oh, my eyes are closed.
Oh, you were just Okay, that
Yep.
explains the walking stick. All right, you step on some wet paint and keep walking.
Oh.
Do we see a footprint go onto the paint?
You do, yes, and you
It's
see
like
it.
phasmophobia.
You
like with
see
the
it
fucking,
track
like, salt.
forward. You see it track forward and continue on.
There's the radio in. Who steps in wet paint?
My foot is very sticky.
Mackenzie stepped in the
Mackenzie
Mackenzie
stepped
steps
in
in the
the
paint.
Alright.
Who else isn't wearing shoes?
Mackenzie, can you turn around and do you see us?
My eyes are closed.
Can you?
Open your eyes, please.
Thank you.
He turns around and he'll look.
Nothing.
No,
There's just
you're
a
gone.
grotesque creature behind you, like just looking at you.
Just comes out of fucking woodwork and tackles you.
No, you're gone. And then
You're gone.
we'll turn back around and keep going with his eyes
As you
closed.
turn back around before you close your eyes, you see a figure
Oh,
about 60 feet away, a little boy,
oh no.
and you've caught him in the middle of the road. He's not by a corner like he has been for the others.
Oi! Freeze!
The kid kind of stands up and goes, shh, and then runs off towards the alleyway.
I follow him.
Okay.
Chase the child.
Go after the
You
child.
rush around the corner, and Mackenzie, I need you to roll a d20.
Roll a what?
What?
D20, sorry.
It was
I like how whenever you're gonna say a roll, it always cuts out.
It doesn't like dice. My mic does not like D&D.
Dice phobia.
Yeah, 100%.
14.
14, and I'm looking at yours. Okay. You manage to dodge out of the way as a massive wolf-like creature bounds down ahead of you.
Woo! Ah!
And you watch as Wilkes and Bryn riding on Otis here are
my God!
going off in the distance ahead of you.
Okay, bye!
You guys hear Mackenzie.
I would stop.
Why'd you hesitate?
Oh my god.
'Cause I was like, would I? Yeah, I would.
Would I stop?
What?
I've been playing this creator for 2 years. Would I stop?
I know Bryn
He's
would.
getting away.
I still don't know who you're talking about.
Do I
But-
know where that? I'm going after the boy still. I like.
Mackenzie, hop on.
You
Did
by
you
the
see that little kid?
Everyone
but
sees it but
Bryn did.
you, Wilkes.
Yeah,
You're the problem.
I'm not the problem. You guys are chasing a little kid.
Yeah, because he's weird.
Stop
the
telling
group
me.
that will not leave the party. You guys hear yelling.
God.
Does it sound like our idiot friends?
It sounds like your idiot friends.
Are you guys okay?
We can hear you.
There's some little boy they're talking about chasing.
We need to find him.
I
He obviously knows how to navigate the place and we don't.
Oh,
Why are we waiting? Please keep going.
I'm-
Keep
yeah,
that
yeah,
way.
I'm
Mackenzie,
going.
you gonna get on?
yeah, I'll hop on. But
Yeehaw.
I still did. If you had stopped, Mackenzie would have ran past you while the conversation was still happening.
Yeah, and I would have run past you with Otis here and had Bryn pick you up.
And then I jump on.
okay. I'm
I have a
I'm
0
going
to strength
to-
modifier that would have
I have
been
a
fun
minus
trying to
one,
pick
so
him
it's
up.
you're a little bit stronger than me.
A little bit stronger.
I'm gonna activate my boots of flying, and I'm gonna go up like 10 feet so I can maneuver corners easily. And I'm just gonna
When
fly
Kai,
off towards that sound.
when Kai communicates with us,
I don't think you're
though,
gonna catch up to us.
I will let them know. Don't go into any buildings. Don't touch the buildings. Don't look at the buildings for too long.
Interesting.
Don't like that.
I don't
I'm
either.
gonna stay right here and not move.
It's so loud.
Don't let Anne near
I'm-
the buildings either, please.
I'm going to protect Anne and sit here and not move.
Thank you, Kai. We're gonna go hunt down a little boy now.
Okay, have
We're gonna
fun.
get that little boy.
Down a little boy.
Okay.
Can I hear where the noises are coming from as I'm kind of fly towards?
Or is it kind of like all around us?
That's the thing. It's, again, another implication to where you are. It is like listening through a wall or underwater. There is no source. It is just around you. It almost feels like it's under you.
My God.
Okay.
I'm just flying. I'm just flying ahead.
Okay.
Wait, you're leaving the circle?
I'm leaving the circle.
Oh my
I'm
god.
going to stay right here.
Okay. Daria, roll a D100, please.
100. Pull up my sheet. 100. Roll. That is 34. That was 74.
Okay.
While I'm on the back of Otis here, I crack open some of my detect magic smelling salts.
Okay.
And then I just get a good old whiff.
I hate your magic so much.
It's great.
It's so good, man. I love it. Yeah, go ahead though. Before you get an idea of what you see, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Hans?
Are you sure you're not like
Me
through
or
a circle of
Mackenzie?
Floridian?
Oh no, that's a crit fail. Why did you have to
Oh
say something?
no.
Okay. So you open your eyes after huffing the smelling salts and are immediately blinded by how bright the magical essence is around you, and you are blind for 1 hour.
Such a mistake.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's
Bren, can you hold on to him?
Yeah, I mean, like, she had already, whenever he started, like, flailing in pain, just,
Well,
like, stabilizing him.
As I'm grabbing onto Bryn, I thought one day I might lose my sight. I was prepared for
Oh
this.
no.
Oh my
no.
God.
And you see horrifically as he alters self and he now has these horrific bat ears.
Bryn says with full confidence, I've seen worse.
I've seen worse. Bryn, when you look at Mackenzie as he
seen him flay
alters
himself.
self with the bat ears, you get a little concerned because his eyes are leaking a inky black liquid.
Oh.
Oh.
I immediately tell Wilkes to stop. I have changed my mind. Stop, please stop.
What? Don't
Alright.
stop! We need to catch the kid!
Wilkes looks back and sees it. Oh!
Oh!
Mackenzie!
What are you guys shouting about? What do you mean
But, like,
my eyes?
I
They're
say it so quietly to him, like, stop, please stop, please stop.
Please stop.
Stop, we need to
Okay.
stop.
Alright, Wilkes stops.
Like, I don't want to alarm anybody whose eyes are leaking ichor, but
Before we continue this scene, Daria, how long would you fly without seeing anything before you realized that you were not going to see anything?
Intelligence check.
It's,
I mean,
I can make an intelligence check, but
nah, I'll give you player agency. What do you? How
oh
long
well,
do
I
you
got a
think?
nat 20.
Oh,
I got a nat.
Okay, so we'll say about 10 minutes. We'll
Yeah,
come back to
yeah.
you in 10 minutes. Nerith and those who remain in the circle of safety. I need you to make a perception check for me, please.
Circle of guidance.
Guidance.
13 total.
don't split the party.
total.
Yeah, the non-hypocrites of the party. It's crazy.
Hold on.
I didn't say shit.
That was directed directly at Bryn.
31.
Yeah, I felt first.
I think we all
What
knew
did
that.
you get, Kai? 31?
31.
That's
Oh
disgusting.
my god.
That's disgusting. You guys both notice in your... I think it's just you two and Anne, right? Everyone else is ran
Yeah,
off.
we're just staying here.
Daria flew away.
Just the
Mackenzie
two of
literally
us.
blindly walks away. So the gay boys are staying safe.
The
That's so
gay
hot.
boys and their
The
adopted
gay
sister.
Yeah.
It's so hot.
Sister-in-law.
You guys are panicking a little bit. You're doing your best to manage that panic, and Kai, it's tough because you're also having to manage Nereth's panic because you can feel
And
it.
Anne's panic.
Anne
This is an update.
Anne is
I
not
can no
panicking.
longer see.
Oh, that's even worse. I hate
That's
that.
not good.
This entire time, and it's been a dull thought in the back of your head because you've been preoccupied with your own fear. Anne has been counting. She's been counting how many minutes you guys have been in here. In her head, but you can hear it. Just the surface thoughts. And you realize that you've been hearing that in the back of your head, and you just kind of, whatever. You hear a lot of stuff with your abilities. But with that perception check, and Nereth, you hear it too, she's counting out loud. And she's very, very calm. And when you look at her, she just looks the most relaxed you've seen her in a very long time. That's for sure.
Anne?
What number is she at?
It's been a few hours. She's in the 300s.
Why are you counting?
Don't you hear it?
Or what?
She presses her head to yours, forehead to forehead. Listen. In that moment, you feel the intensity of, well, something that no mortal is usually able to handle. But through Anne, you were able to get a glimpse of the utter chaos that is in her mind currently. And you hear the beating of a heart. It's slow, it's old, and it's coming from very, very, very far below. You just barely feel it now that Anne has brought your attention to it. And now it's all you can hear.
A heartbeat?
What are you talking about? Anne hears something.
I hear it.
And
I hear nothing.
Anne does something similar to you, Nereth, and you can hear it after sharing that moment.
Have I heard this specific heartbeat before? Like, does it remind? Like, I mean, there's been a lot of heartbeat scenarios.
There have been a lot of heartbeat scenarios.
Imagine memorizing the sound of every heartbeat you've ever come across in your life.
Well, I have keen.
Yeah, I was
mind.
just gonna say keen mind, baby.
Imagine.
I am going to ask
This is
you
a G
for
shirt.
a role that I have not ever made you make. I don't think.
Passive investigation. Come on.
I don't think
Come on.
you've. Well, it might have been a very long time. I don't think you personally have made a nature check in a very long time.
Oh shit! I still have a +6.
You do still have a +6.
Here we go. I rolled a 4, so 10.
10.
Nick still rolls bad regardless.
You've no connection to what this heart might be from or what creature. The only thing that really captures your attention is now that you're aware of it, the intense vibrations being caused by the beating you can't even begin to fathom how large a heart would need to be to create this much energy. Wilkes, Mackenzie, Bryn.
I'm gonna.
What are you guys yelling about?
We're definitely not yelling, and we need you to stay calm.
Your eyes. It might sound like yelling because you can't see shit.
Got these
what-
giant
what
bat
is-
ears.
What is wrong with my eyes?
Nothing's
And I go
wrong
and I
with your
No,
eyes.
we're not
my
gonna-
eyes.
Right?
Okay, let's literally stop avoiding the issues of our things because that's how things get worse.
Seriously, question, answer, please.
I don't feel like
your
telling
eyes
him
are
black
leaking
liquor
black
is coming
stuff.
up for his eyes gonna help anything.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
he's done crazier things in my life. He might have more crazy things up his sleeve.
I mean, this is different than having your entire body rip apart to make a skin rug. His eyes are leaking.
I didn't
Yeah,
even make
that's
that
honestly
potion.
seems a lot less. That seems like
Mackenzie,
a
you
step
do
below that.
feel a liquid coming out of your eyes because you did say you were touching your eyes.
You didn't see what
Can I
I
taste
saw,
it?
okay?
You taste
Don't
it?
taste it! Ah! Can I stop him? Can I
Yeah, I
stop him as
taste
he's
it.
raising his hand to his mouth?
Make a dexterity check,
I'm gonna-
opposed
I'm gonna-
dexterity check.
I'm gonna stop him. Try to stop him to like help Bryn.
Okay, so Bryn, you have advantage.
Okay, so that is 22 for the first one.
Dexterity check.
Yeah, we'll just keep it simple. Just opposed checks.
22 and 22.
18.
Okay, you
Oh,
you
damn.
stop him from licking it, but not by much. He got pretty damn close.
Oh my
Can you
god.
stop licking things you don't know what it is?
You didn't see
How
what
am I
saw.
supposed to figure it out?
What? By letting
Maybe
it.
not. But there's other things to figure things out than by licking it. What if you just
How
tried
will I know?
Mackenzie is asking a very genuine question right now.
How will I know if it is harmful to people if I don't try it?
Can I?
Yeah,
Are there any doors to any of the buildings near us?
Yeah, sure. There's lots.
I need you to understand something, okay? I think that this is a very, very bad place where bad things happen.
It is a very bad place where bad things happen. This
I
is
don't
where
want
I
to
got
alarm you.
sent.
You're not the first person I've seen who has black goo coming from their eyes, and the last person I saw with black goo coming from their eyes were in extreme agony. So
Why
I would
didn't
like
you start with that?
I was
Ortelicus had black goo coming out of his eyes too, so he didn't look too hot.
just trust us, okay? You can't see what we're looking at right now, but
He
this
looked a little
isn't
clammy.
a great thing, and we
Okay,
wanna
no, I'm
just
not-
take this a step at a time. A
I'm
step
not
at a time.
saying you're wrong. I'm just asking why you didn't just start with that at the beginning.
Mostly from alarm, and secondly, because I didn't know if you were going to just turn into a murderous monster and attack us. You have black goo coming from your eyes, and we're in hell.
And we're
Actually,
No
we're
need
in
to
the
be
abyss.
dramatic.
Yeah, there's a difference.
There is a difference.
Bryn
Sister.
does not know the difference. She grew up in Dragonmore.
The biggest difference that Bryn
Oh.
would know is that hell has lava lumps and the abyss has nightclubs. That's the biggest difference.
that's pretty much
Hell,
it.
hell is a little bit warmer than this. Well, what do we do now?
Can I like try to open my eyes?
Sure, you open your eyes,
Yeah.
and your friends see little black orbs just spewing out this black ichor.
I take a napkin and I start just dabbing it up. It's fine.
You got
Don't
a little
worry.
something.
Don't
The
You got
worry.
concern, the
You can barely even
concerned
notice it.
auntie
Mackenzie,
just
how do you
like
feel? How do you feel?
How do I feel?
You can't
You feel
see, and
stabby?
everything else is fine.
Everything else is fine. Can I like dispel magic?
How did this happen the first time?
I got you, buddy. If you're,
What?
are you asking Tyler?
Are we sure the magic wasn't what caused it in the first place? I say to Wilkes, like an aside, like I'm not talking in a normal voice, but I am.
Maybe? Did you do something?
It's Mackenzie, of course he did something.
Hi!
No, I mean like, I'm genuinely asking him. I don't want to assume.
Crap. Now I can't remember what it... Oh, no, I remember what I did. I used my smelling salts and to detect magic in the hopes that maybe the little boy would give off an aura or something. But it turns out everything is magic, and now I can't see.
Well,
And that's when the bleeding started, the black ichor.
I guess so.
I look at Wilkes like we're on an episode of The Office.
I just
I
my
hate this.
my eyes aren't even closed anymore, so it's just...
It's awful. It's so
alright,
bad.
Here, let's
Just keep trying to
wrap your
dab
eyes.
it up.
Let's wrap your. Do you have any? Here, I'm just gonna rip
take-
my
yeah.
cloak and then just wrap Mackenzie's eyes.
It's like a lot.
I know it's a lot.
Like
it's gonna
a good,
stop for maybe like 30 seconds.
It's like a good half cup per minute. Like it's like a lot.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's like you're a freaking tree leaking syrup or something like
Yeah.
that, or something just
I mean,
Nerith,
I
crude oil.
you are casting legend lore.
Ooh.
Ooh shit.
Please don't start leaking black ichor from your eyes.
It's okay, I'm already missing one eye. It's impossible to do in the other one, right?
Exit out.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
Now, I'm giving you this opportunity after the fact because the spell doesn't usually require it. It is a 5th level spell. You have the ability to upcast it if you would like to.
Sorry. I choked on my saliva when you said that.
Got him. Also,
hmm.
please delay so I can open Patria 2 lore. Please hold. Was it prepared?
I just checked. We didn't long rest, right? Like we haven't long
No.
rested in a while.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Well,
I'm trying to think what 3rd level spell I cast, and I just
actually, you know what? I'm gonna do it at 6th level
'Kay.
because I still have my arcane recovery. So.
Understood. 6th level.
Well, arcane.
I will need
now there are
you.
6 levels of things that can go wrong.
I will need you to roll a. This would be a Arcana or Intelligence.
So either a +16 or a +6.
It's a
is
tough
what you're
choice. Yeah. I really want you to math it out.
You didn't want me to math it out?
No, I was just making a joke. Go ahead.
Okay, so wait. Am I rolling Arcana or Intelligence?
Your choice, sir.
Don't forget you have that potion.
I'll save that. I don't want a headache for an hour while we're stuck in the headache zone.
But you won't have a headache for 4 hours. And then you'll have a headache.
Okay, I'm gonna roll this orange dice because it's my favorite color.
I have
I-
stuff for pay.
I feel like the payoff is better if I roll Intelligence than if I roll Arcana. But like, it's gonna be harder to get a payoff from Intelligence because
I will say that is correct. The DC is appropriate for what you can roll. However, it is much more difficult to get a full answer. Arcana, the DC is higher, and the information would be slightly different.
I feel like Nerith isn't trying to learn necessarily the magic of it, but just more so what it is. So I will go with Intelligence. A nat 1.
No!
Wait.
halfling?
Wait, are you halfling? No, but I'm gonna chrono shift now.
Aren't you a
Yay!
halfling? I thought the whole party was this whole time. I thought everyone was a halfling.
I
So
thought.
it's
Wait,
that.
was are you
I thought
guys
you were
not
all just
halfling?
really
You're gonna look
tall
at me and tell me that
halflings.
you're not a tall halfling?
Okay. Chrono shift for the reroll.
Yeah.
That was, it's literally, if it rolled one more time over, it would have been on the 1 again. That is a 7, so 13.
13.
So hot.
One moment. I need to look at something.
He's got to see how bad your brain's gonna get fried.
Please. Please hold.
I'm already fried, baby.
Wait, did I delete them? Oh no. Is this some of the lore that got destroyed the other day? In a fit of rage? No, there it is.
We win because Tyler deleted the ending.
That's true. I deleted the ending. Everything's fine.
Give us
It's
the
like a
answer.
pandemonium.
We just all start living out the Mortal Instruments timeline in Pandemonium. That's why we're here. We're all just shadow hunters and we don't know it.
As you're focusing, as the Legend Lore spell begins to finish up, Anne puts her hand on the back of your neck.
Oh.
And you feel a warmth spread through the base of your skull all the way up into your brain, and you can, for a moment,
Cooked alive.
you feel you're consciously feeling your brain existing in your skull. You can feel it kind of pushing against. I would like you to make one final roll.
Intelligence?
She's giving you... Yes. One more intelligence roll.
It's a 5.
Oh no. Okay. That's it. That's all she's got.
Empathic vision.
But wait! We have another reroll.
God, you know all these abilities. This is
Dude,
like the
if you
fourth
guys
time
if
guys
you
have had
guys
stacked,
want to
like-
burn them all on a Legend Lore, I am here for it every day of the week.
There you go. You succeed automatically.
Yoink. That's pretty great. You just
I
kind
love
of
this.
click your fingers.
Thank you so much, Tyler, for letting me break your game.
Absolutely. Just
I could do that in like 2 levels.
in
Okay?
2 levels. So, as Legend Lore finishes, what are you focusing on?
This heartbeat.
Okay.
What is its origin? Is it a living creature? Is it... Yeah.
Okay. Your vision goes dark as you are pulled into a memory. It feels like when you remember a happy thing from your childhood. It feels natural, it feels good, it feels inviting. And you're wandering down the halls of this very simple but modern looking building. There's simple kind of yellowing white wallpaper on the walls. There's likely fake golded trim around the edges where the wall meets the floor. And you're following behind 3 individuals. From behind, you can't make out any details. They're all wearing long, dark robes, hoods pulled up, and you can't even see their hands as they're either held in front or the sleeves of the robe pass where their hand ends. You look around and you see there's a sign hanging down from the roof, from the ceiling. I need you to make an intelligence check because this language does not exist on Patria.
Shit. Okay.
Oh shit, it's
Yeah,
Latin.
no, I'm giving up on that D20. That one didn't really work.
It's Russian.
shit. No, I'm gonna use... Actually, no, yes. I'm gonna fish through my dice bag to get this one specific D20 that I like.
Alright.
Because if it's not in the top part, then I'll give up on it. But oh wait, I found the D10 version of it. Can I just roll that twice?
It's written in Finnish.
It's written in halfling.
That doesn't
Written
exist
in
on
Hebrew?
Patreon.
No wonder we haven't found it yet.
It's not a real language.
Yeah, Wilkins, you're speaking this language. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm sorry, halfling's real. No, it's not.
Okay. Found it. It's dark green with bronze. Here we go. Don't feel me.
What?
16. 22 total.
22 will do it.
Oh,
It is most similar to some of the abyssal symbols that you've seen in the past, but this looks less of a like hieroglyphic symbology language than more of like a written text language like Common and Elvish is, and it seems to maybe be another form of abyssal. And it says Regent's Office.
Like region as in like region, like this is a region, or a guy named Region?
Regent.
Oh, Regent. Okay, well, I was wrong on both guesses.
You're wrong in 3 languages.
Nick failed his intelligence check.
You continue following these creatures, and that heartbeat is now in this dream. You follow them as they take a left past a sign that says Experimentation Chamber 1. And eventually through 2 double wide doors spanning basically the entire width of the hallway, outlined in red paint on the floor to separate 2 areas of a building. And Nereth is unable to comprehend some of the equipment that you see around you. It doesn't make sense. There's a lot of glass and metal and these like blinking torches that don't quite make sense for what you've seen on Patria, even in the Sky Cities. And in the center of this room, you're looking at a torso, but you can tell this room is almost shaped like a giant silo, and above you can see the underside of a chin that's locked in chains, and above that must be a head. And the arms are held taut out and locked in again with these heavy chains at the edge of the room, almost like the different limbs and the head of this creature are in separate chambers, and you are in the torso. And the torso is opened up, and it is on display as if it is just a continuation of the hallway, and these 3 figures are walking across a metal platform into the torso of this creature. And that's where the heartbeat is coming from. As the edge of the vision begins to dim and vignette as it fades, make a final perception check.
Okay. So I filled my dice tray with all the dice I was trying to organize, so I gotta scoop it all out. I'm gonna roll with my very tiny metal D20.
No small D20?
It is like 4 millimeters in diameter.
I got one of those.
I rolled a 6, so that's 12 total.
12 total. You catch the edge of as your vision is fading, you catch the end of a banner, another form of text that you've seen ahead of you as you try to focus on it. And I will type it in chat what you see.
Lapoda.
Unfortunately, you do not get the full first words.
You know I'm good with anagrams, it's fine. That's not an anagram. But...
Extraction art.
Oh wait. I wasn't scrolled down enough. I was like, where'd it go?
But yeah, so your vision fades. You come back and Kai is staring at you, concerned.
I was gonna say, was the size of that creature anything resemblant of the Watcher that we saw?
It was probably larger. The circumference of the brace that was holding its neck and then its head out of sight was probably 40 feet across.
And it seemed like it was in some kind of lab.
Yeah, with a bunch of implements that did not make any sense.
Nerith kind of... My eyes didn't go all drippy, did they?
Well, Kai, while your lover was legend loring, the entire time he was just whispering. And he kept saying, the Regent, the Regent, the Regent, over and over and over again. To the point where it was like the ramblings of a madman. Like it started to freak you out. And that's where you come back as his vision returns. You're trying to decide if you're going to try wake him up or not.
Nerith?
Sorry, yeah, I'm back. Sorry, I know it scares you when I go.
As long as you're okay.
I'm fine. He kind of like rests a hand on yours. I tried to figure out what this heartbeat's from, and it's nothing but blur.
You were saying something when you were...
Oh?
You kept saying the Regent over and over again.
Yeah, that was a sign I saw. I was following some figures. There's a massive being somewhere. Larger than the Watcher we saw. I don't know where it is, but I believe it is the source of the heartbeat. It was in some kind of lab. Sorry, I dropped my fork.
You said in an accent.
That wasn't me who dropped it. I don't know who dropped it.
I think someone dropped the fork
I
over
needed to
there.
reach for my phone because I'm talking to me, sorry.
Yeah, they were testing on it. It was something about an extraction arc. That doesn't ring a bell at all, right? Like, that's not a sciencey word that I've learned. Like,
No.
oh, this is what an extraction arc does.
I've built one of these when I was 3.
Actually.
No, it does not ring a bell, unfortunately.
4th grade biology, we just studied these.
I perhaps shouldn't keep digging for now. We're in a bit of a precarious situation, but I'll look later. Did the others show up again?
No, they're still somewhere.
What number is that? What number is Anne at now?
It's been about 15 minutes, so still in the 300s.
So can you still hear us screaming in the distance?
If
So
you're
you could hear us
still
because we're like
screaming.
we're overlapping with you, right? So could you hear our like, oh my god, oh my god?
At a certain level of volume, yes, they would have heard it. Although Kai and Nerith now find themselves much more distracted with the heartbeat. Daria.
Yes. I've been waiting 25 years.
It's been a minute. You've been flying. You don't see any group of people resembling your friends, but after about 10 minutes, when you're just at the point where you're just like, okay, I don't know where I'm going to go, but I need to land, you see a small figure running, and he's about...
Kill him!
He's moving pretty quick.
That fucking Wilkes?
Kneecap his ass!
I'm gonna start like flying closer to the ground and like try and cut him off to where as soon as I hit the ground, I'm like right to him.
Get him off of the kneecaps.
Okay, so you're trying to land in front of him so that he can't
Yeah,
disperse.
I'm trying to intercept him. Yeah.
Okay. He is faster
like-
than you currently.
Why are you chasing me? Because you're a child.
Or actually, it's more so you guys are at the same speed. So
Okay.
you're not gaining on him, but he's only about 30 feet in front of you once you kind of push down to the surface. So you're kind of gliding on the surface here.
Yeah. I'm gonna yell out like, "Oi! Who the fuck are you?"
Yo, kid! I love it.
You say you could exist here? No.
He kind of like slows down a half step and looks back at you, and he looks frightened. He doesn't look mischievous or like trying to like. He looks scared.
Kill him anyways.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Kill him
I just
harder.
don't know where I am. I've been flying for like 10 minutes and I don't know where anyone is anymore. Can you do you know this place? Do you live here?
Yes. No, I don't live here. And he's still running away from you
Well,
as you're
yeah,
chasing after him.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm like,
It's
okay,
a high
well,
speed
that's
conversation.
I'm like, all right, well that's contradictory. You just said yes, but no, you don't live here. Okay. Do you know where my friends are? Have you seen anybody else? Halfling about your size? Maybe a dog with him?
He says in a voice that seems to age him a little bit beyond a child. It says, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to be expected to know who your friends are, but I am being chased. And he keeps running.
I'm gonna look behind me as I'm running forward.
You see Kai and Nerith and Anne sitting in a circle. About 100 feet behind you.
Oh shit. Okay, well, they'll be there. I'm gonna
split
keep
the
chasing after
party.
this kid. It'll be. I'll find him again. I gotta. This kid's
I love
face.
that photo so much. It's so good.
This is a disaster.
That's exactly how Dario.
It's so good. This kid's like, these strangers are trying to talk to me, and I was told never to talk to strangers, so I'm just gonna keep running.
Listen, I can help you. I can help you against whatever's chasing you if you need it. I just need answers as well. I'm really not gonna hurt you.
Listen, sir, I'm just looking for the knights, so if you could let me get back to work, that would be fantastic. Thank you. And begins running at double speed.
Wait, hold on, wait, sir. We are the knights.
You're not dressed in armor.
Well,
Good
God
point.
damn it, this fucking kid.
Have you seen Nerith?
You hear Nerith's word from us. We gotta wear armor, or we're not gonna get recognized as the knights, guys. we have no identification besides the
I
flag.
still don't know what a knight is.
I'm.
explained it to you 16 times.
Remember that guard who arrested you in Mornkati? That was a knight. No, that was a
I'm
dick.
That was a dick.
Daria is going to, like, as she's flying, she is going to start, like, landing and, like, with 1 foot forward, just, like, land and then break out into, like, a full sprint and is just, like, chasing after this kid. And is trying to explain to him that the Knights is just a title. We're not actually supposed to be dressed in armor.
Okay. What do you say to him? I want to hear it.
Okay, she's like, look, the Knights, we're the Knights of Valania. It's a title. It's like a group name. We don't wear armor like actual knights. I mean, some of us do. Nerith does. He wears armor. He's back this way. If you want me to show him to you, he's got armor. He's back that way. But we as a group are the Knights.
Honestly, I'm just really concerned that if I stop, your body's gonna split in half and try to eat me, because that's happened before. So,
That's so
do you have some kind of identification?
This kid knows what's up.
Daria's
What's
gonna
with him?
pull off her necklace and pull out her sword, and is like, these maybe? This is like a god weapon, and this is what we all wear. I don't know what kind of identification you want, kid.
He kind of slows down. Throw me the sword.
Oh.
Throw you the sword? Excuse me?
He says it louder because he thinks you didn't hear him. Throw the sword!
Can I
Caleb.
insight check this kid?
Absolutely.
Don't do it
What's
in your
with
head.
this sassy lost child?
The memory of Bryn says don't do it.
While this is happening, by the way, make your insight check. At
Don't ever
some
listen to
point,
Bryn.
13.
the team Otis here, you do see a kid being chased by Daria run by you, and you begin
My
following.
God!
Daria!
Good Daria!
Wait, I'm
Holding
still
out my
worried about
sword.
the Ichor. Are we still not worried about the Ichor?
We'll get there.
Sorry.
We'll get there in a second.
Worried about
We'll loop
Daria
back.
too.
Okay.
I'm worried about two things.
A 13 insight. He's really fast, and you're starting to get a little tired, and he's looking fine. And that's really all you get with a 13. You're like, this kid's unnaturally fast.
The fuck is wrong with
I
this kid?
cannot throw Soul Rend to some random kid on the plane of Pandemonium.
Are we catching up to them?
Well, how fast can Daria move?
I can move 80 feet
Okay.
a full round.
So Odie can do that as well. So you guys are matching pace. You were not catching up, but you're
Odie
not
might be
losing
faster.
him.
Well, I thought they
Alright,
stopped
doesn't-
to have
Oh
this.
no,
Yeah.
they are running
Oh,
while having this
oh my
conversation.
God.
It's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Daria's like, I can't throw you my sword. This is like,
I really think if you were a good warrior, you would be able to throw it.
what? That's not the question. I mean, like, morally, I can't throw you the sword. You're a child.
All right, I'm gonna go this way then, and he veers off to the north and tries to lose contact with you.
Fuck. Keep running out.
You're still chasing him. You see him.
Oh my god. Promise me you won't steal my sword, kid.
If you're willing to take my word after meeting me for about 10 seconds, then yep, I promise.
I'm gonna hold you to this. I will fuck you up if you don't give me my sword back.
You are threatening a child, ma'am.
I've done worse.
Can wait. Can Team Otis here? Can Team Otis hear Daria?
Oh, for
screaming
sure. Yeah,
child?
you guys are maybe
Right?
30 feet behind Daria.
Shout to overwhelm his friend. Don't fucking give the kid the sword. Just shoot him in the face.
Well, shoot him with what?
I don't have my bow anymore. You have the crossbow.
Wait, can I shoot at
Let's
the
not
kid?
shoot
No,
the
they're-
kid.
They're about
just
90
want
feet in
kneecap
front
him.
of
On
you.
the sword!
Can I try shooting it from a moving target?
They're
does
90
Wilkes
feet
say-
ahead of you. You have the range.
Can I grab
I
onto
don't think
Bryn
the sword
and
because
fall off of
I'm
Odie?
tired of this.
Wilkes is saying throw him the sword.
Yeah.
Daria's gonna let out a...
We're gonna
even
game it
trying
out.
to
I
kneecap him.
message received. Hold on. We're gonna game it out.
Okay.
Are you throwing the sword?
If Wilkes says to throw the sword, I trust Wilkes. I'm
Okay.
gonna throw the sword.
Roll,
Sometimes you just gotta
roll,
trust little kids.
roll to hit. Bryn and Daria, please.
Roll to hit. Okay.
I was trying to grab.
This kid's not a
Or actually,
celestial,
can
is
I
he?
cast Arrested Momentum on Bryn?
Well, you can't.
I'm
you
gonna
not
say
see.
you're blind right now, so you may not even fully.
Grabbing on to Bryn.
This
Bryn,
kid's
Bryn,
not a
I'll
celestial.
give Bryn disadvantage since you are like bear hugging her on the back of Otis here.
I'm trying to stop her from shooting the kid.
Yeah, but you don't really know she's shooting the kid. But I mean, she did yell it.
She did
She
yell,
should
"Someone
vote
shoot him
Are
in
you
the
even-
face." She literally yelled,
I may
"Someone
be
shoot the
blind,
kid in
but
the
I have a
face."
passive investigation and perception and insight of 20.
Jesus Christ. You get the intent. You know, Bryn's
'Kay.
intent is to
Where
kill
are my
this-
rolls? What do we got?
I was trying to
17.
ask you. This kid's not a celestial, is he? Or is
It is a
How would you know?
celestial.
she? Okay,
Oh.
so then I have advantage.
Oh!
we automatically trust Celestials, right, guys?
Yeah.
No.
25.
25 and a 17,
17.
on the disadvantage from Bryn.
Mhm.
So, Bryn is about 90 feet behind, you're about 20 feet. So even though you both hit, one of them is going to happen first. Daria, your sword is thrown at this 7-year-old boy who's running
It's gonna
way
split in
faster.
half.
80 feet in 6 seconds is madness for a 7-year-old.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
gonna split in half.
And
I had
sword.
trained for you.
as I apologize in advance, this is creepy. As you throw Soul Rend through the air, and you arc it nicely that it's not like turning over in the air, like it's flying like a spear, nice and straight. The kid, without losing any speed, takes one half sideways step and is now running backwards without any momentum change, and catches the sword in his left hand, which the sword is literally longer than his body. And just as he's catching it, the crossbow bolt goes through the hole in the hilt and right into his hand.
Oh no!
And the kid falls backwards and topples to the ground.
Oh,
Okay.
get him!
Claudia,
I'm
no!
gonna smack
That was
him in the back of
exactly
the head.
the best case scenario for Bryn. That's exactly what she wanted. Look, the kid's not even dead.
I like skid and like
Can I push
slide
Bryn
down
off of
to the
Otis
kid.
here?
And like,
Just smack her back.
like I like you know like baseball skid down on the ground and like grab onto this kid as I come to a stop.
As you guys come to a stop and the Odysseer party is slowly catching up, Daria, you kind of stand to your feet, and about 15 feet behind the kid is Nerith and Kai sitting in a circle.
Well, yo, Narith, Kai,
Nerith, you look over and they're like 10 feet away.
Oh, Daria's like
Someone
trying to
just-
catch her breath. It's like,
Do we?
oh my god,
This place is so weird.
Oh my god, who's that?
I don't know.
Kai's going over to go heal this
He looks
child.
hurt.
I'm like grabbing the crossbow bolt. And I'm like yanking it from his hand. and then
Why
I'm
does
just
he have
like,
your
wait,
sword?
wait.
I
You
can
might have to pull it
heal
through. Push it through.
The way
It's in
that
his
it went
hand.
through, it kind of the shaft of the crossbow bolt shattered a little bit, so it's like stapled the sword to this kid's hand, and he's not
Did
like
you sit down for a minute and let the medical professional deal with this?
he's not like crying out in pain, but he is bleeding like
Yeah, where's
this,
Mackenzie? I'm just
this like very vibrant red blood, and he's
I'm
just like
going to.
Someone please heal this kid.
I am
please.
working. Shut up. I'm working on it.
I can do it.
Stop. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
I mean,
Just let them
You gonna
have it.
remove the
There are
arrow?
no
This is their
crossbow
thing.
shards inside of his hand, which I now need to remove.
Sorry.
I mean, that's really fairly.
Bryn apologizes to Kai, not to the kid.
I've already fully.
Kai, if you want to make either a medicine check or if you're doing a healing spell, you're welcome to.
Okay,
I will
Daria,
assist.
rub
I'll
me
do
through
a
that.
medicine check to get the shards out of this kid's hand.
Okay.
First, so it doesn't
What
infect
did you
him, probably.
What did you say, Nate?
Please run me through what happened.
Okay. I'm like talking as I'm assisting.
28.
Bryn
28.
shot a kid.
as
Bryn
you're
shrugs
as
owns
you're
it entirely.
as you're investigating the wound, in a similar fashion as to suddenly being aware that Wilkes is hundreds of feet away and Daria has disappeared around a corner, and the buildings that looked like they were only 10 feet tall were suddenly hundreds of feet tall, you realize that this kid's hand is like totally fine. The bolt is laying in the palm of his hand next to the hilt of the blade, which he is clutching. There is blood. There is remnants that something happened. This isn't magical, suddenly he's fine, but there is no wound for you to investigate.
Okay, so I was flying around and then I saw this kid and I landed and I started chasing him. he was like, "Throw me the sword," and I was like, "Why would I throw a sword at you? You're a kid." And then Wilkes was like, "Throw the sword," so I was like, "I gotta throw the sword," and then I threw the sword.
Nerith like
on it.
Nerith like looks at Wilkes and just gives him like a hand. She's like, "What? Why would you tell them to do that?"
Well, sometimes you just gotta trust
Oh,
kids.
hey, Nerith, look at this, and I uncover my
I'm gonna
eyes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, no, before Mackenzie does that, I'm gonna try to dispel magic on Mackenzie's eyes.
Oh.
We'll say it happens at the same time. So, Mackenzie, you reveal your horrific, pulsating black eyes. They just
That's
look
not-
extremely, like, grotesque.
My reflection looks like that for 2 weeks.
And Wilkes,
I
you
can't
cast
see.
Dispel Magic, which unfortunately does not end the blinding. However, the murky black liquid does turn the color of normal blood, so now it just looks like he's profusely bleeding.
Yeah.
Yay!
All right, Mackenzie.
I mean, it's blood. It's regular colored blood now, so
Yeah,
I'd
you're
say
just
that's
bleeding out
better.
your eyes.
And your vision is coming back, but the bleeding does not stop.
Oh god, I
God.
can kind of see, but
Which is
everything's really
extremely
red.
uncomfortable, yeah.
Everything has a tinge of red to it.
you
Is
find
Mackenzie
yourself
getting
forgetting to
lightheaded at
blink
all?
because your eyes are well
Yeah.
lubricated with blood.
Can we turn our attention to the kid?
The
Why
kid.
is the kid
You're
holding
bleeding.
the
You want
sword?
to turn your attention to the kid?
Daria, did you look down at the kid?
Yes.
The kid
The
is
kid's
standing.
fine.
The kid is roughly the same height as Wilkes. The sword is gone.
Well,
Where's my sword, kid?
Oh, it's just. It's,
know what they
it's
say,
just, It's just
Daria?
here. And he turns to like show you his backside, and there's just the hilt of a blade sticking out of his belt.
Alright. What did you want with the sword?
Well, you said you had proof that you guys were the knights.
Yeah, with the knights.
Well, none of you look like the knights.
You mean the
Yeah,
Divinity
it's-
Knights? Because
it's
we
more
are
of a
the
title
Divinity Knights.
than an actual like thing.
That's what this one was saying, but that doesn't make
What?
any sense. Why would you call yourselves knights if you're not knights?
That's what I've been saying. I still don't understand the.
I suggested it as a temporary hold, and it just kind of stuck.
Hi,
I mean, Nerith is wearing armor. He looks like a knight. Yeah?
I have spiritual armor.
God protects me.
God, I had the power of God and Nephilim on my side.
My faith is my suit and armor.
Can Bryn just take the sword back?
Do you want to
Okay.
Can
try?
Bryn try to take the sword back?
Yeah, make a sleight of hand check.
Wish me luck, guys. I'll miss you. 26.
26. You reach for the hilt while he's still like half showing like his backside to you, and you grab the blade and you pull out the assassin's dagger.
Oh my god.
What?
Hi.
You look back at his belt line and the hilt of the blade is still there.
What?
I hate
So-
that.
Don't.
Bryn,
Hey,
why do you have
wait
your
a
knife
second.
out?
Why are you trying to steal from me? You guys are not very good knights.
Yeah,
excellent
well,
knight.
that's why we said it's just a name.
To
And
be
honestly,
fair, I'm
knights
new.
probably do worse sometimes.
Okay, so when can I get my sword back?
He kind of looks at you and is like thumbing,
Like, do we need...
thumbing the
do we need-
knot hole in his hand from the crossbow bolt.
Bryn,
We're on a time
apologize, please.
crunch.
They already apologized.
You guys
Did you
are.
apologize to the kid?
Oh no, I apologize to Kai.
Apologize to the kid, Bryn.
You don't need to
I'm-
shoot arrows.
Please.
I'm
you just
sorry
like
for
to-
trying to stop you from stealing the sword.
I didn't
It
steal
didn't
the
work?
sword. I asked for it, and he gave it,
It
to
was
me.
it was rightfully given.
Sorry.
Yeah, Daria gave the sword, so if he took it, it's on Daria then.
Anyways,
Bryn just like looks at you all.
are you guys trying to get there? And he points behind them.
Can I...
Yeah.
Is that the center of this place?
You guys look over at it. About
Yeah.
300 feet in the distance is like this massive ornate temple.
What the?
Yeah,
Yes,
I fucking hate
believe-
this place.
I still
believe
can't
so.
see.
I believe
Can you
believe
hear
But
it
I'm
with
so.
your barriers?
assuming yes.
Can your echolocations detect this tower?
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me try it. I haven't tried it
Actually,
yet.
okay, hold on. I'm an asshole. Point of order, Mackenzie. You have bat ears.
Everything is so loud.
There's a really loud thrumming heartbeat going on right now, and
Yeah.
you are wired into it, and it's very distracting.
It is. It's kind of interesting, huh? Wow. Can I hear?
At this moment, you do hear everyone, because Nerith and Kai have grown, unfortunately, used to it, but you do hear Anne just say the next number.
This might be creepy, but can I hear the blood?
Make a perception check.
Want to hear the blood moving through the body. What will I roll? Not very good. 13.
13. You don't hear blood like pulsing through veins and arteries or anything like that. You do hear a rumbling. Almost sounds like machinery, but it's weird. The kid just starts walking towards the temple.
Okay, I guess
We follow the kid.
I don't think we have a better choice here, so...
Do you have a name?
He stops and looks at you, smile beaming on his face. Yes, I am Maris. What's your name?
Hello, Maris. I am Narith.
He kind of looks
Narith
for the rest of the group.
and Narith kind of does like a head nod, like play along.
I'm Kai.
I'm Wilkes.
Daria.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Sorry, we're all looking at you.
Everyone's looking at me.
Sorry.
I don't think Bryn ever introduced
Mackenzie?
himself, so.
Bryn doesn't plan to introduce herself to the NPC.
Okay.
That's Bryn.
Like real life
yeah.
NPC, not like meta NPC. Like she's just like looking at
Yeah, I don't think Bryn has ever introduced himself ever, so.
Listen, that's a personality trait right there, alright?
Yeah.
Anne kind of coughs up
This
and
is
says,
That's Anne.
she begins to say, and I'm Anne, but as she begins speaking, you haven't heard her speak in a while, since the council meeting. And there's like, you hear her voice, you hear the same elven Anne voice that you guys have all grown used to, but below it and filling the presence around all of you, you hear the voice of thousands of creatures just saying, I'm Anne. And the kid gulps and turns on his heel and begins just like chatting about like he's been waiting for a while for you guys to get here and it's so nice to meet, and he does air quotes, the knights.
Wait,
A working
can we
title.
change the name?
We're like 3 days away from the end of the world. I don't
And?
think the name needs to change.
I mean, it's better to change it now before the end of the world than after.
I
feel
agree.
like there won't be a lot of time after.
Won't be a
What-
lot of time.
what-
after.
What would we even change it to? We're already so known as the
We already got the
Knights.
T-shirts made.
Yeah, the
T-shirts? What?
We could be like Cult of Anne.
Why are
I
we,
like that
we
logo.
have time. You had time to make T-shirts?
What if we were
Okay,
just like
well,
Cult
I mean-
of Anne?
I mean, I did knit sweaters over the 10 break.
I had a lot
How
of
long was I dead?
I had a lot of downtime in between
I
making
mean,
the Gissera.
Anne's got a good name.
Alright.
We could just use that.
Let's come up with a new name right now.
Cult of Anne.
I don't think we're going to.
Let's
Cult
do it.
of Anne.
What do you think, Mackenzie?
What name do you want?
Kyvir, can you make an intelligence
I don't
check,
know.
please?
You put a lot of pressure on me all of a sudden.
Yeah, well,
Also, I would like
This
to go
was
hold my
supposed to
girlfriend's
be
hand
like
again,
a
please.
collaborative experience.
You go hold Anne's hand.
A
Thank
team
you.
building exercise.
Hey,
What'd you
Hey,
get,
how-
Kai?
how are my
19.
433 girlfriends doing?
They're doing great. They're looking a little sad, but 13.
Understandable.
All right.
19.
19. Oh, I'm looking at a perception check. 19 is better. The name Maris seems very familiar, but you can't quite put your finger on it.
Great. I'll just think about it for a long time.
Just stew on it. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys start walking, and for the first time in 4 or 5 hours that you guys have been down here, you can, with finality, tell that you are getting closer to the temple in front of you.
Alright. Okay, so I'm assuming Giffian is at the temple, or is there somebody else there?
He looks back over at you. Why would Giffian be in a temple here?
He just said he'd meet us here. I don't know.
You talked to Giffian, and he told you to meet him here?
I think he said get through here or something like that. It was
Oh.
He kind of laughs. You guys must have done something very bad.
What?
Why would he?
No,
send
we
you
just
down
asked him for
here?
help.
Well, yeah, we asked him for help, and he said travel the Night City.
To be fair, asking Giffian for help is pretty close to doing a bad thing, so he may have just gotten a little upset. But you guys did really
Yeah.
great. You've only been in here for 3 days.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
I knew it.
That's
We're running out of time
okay.
for the end of the world then.
We have like
Yeah,
2
you know.
days.
The end of the world? What are you talking about?
The-
Although,
Yeah,
now that you
when
mention
our
it, where is everybody?
I don't.
Do you mean in the
know.
Screaming Pits?
You mean like the city?
No, that's just... It's a weird architecture here, but... No, the streets are usually full. Where is everybody?
I think they might have
I-
gotten taken.
Were they here when you got here?
No.
No, it's been empty.
Uh-oh. Okay. And keeps walking.
How long have you been down here, Maris?
Ooh. There's a big difference between 3 days and that much time. It might be easier if you tell me what's going on in... Well, you called it Velena, so I'll call it that.
Well, and Daria, with the help of anyone else, just recounts how the world is coming to an end.
As you begin to name Morincotti and Greenhaven and the empires and just enough political information that this kid is thoroughly confused.
I could have cast the spell, but
I wouldn't cast magic down here unless you are protected, but you can try.
is that why my eyes are squirting out blood?
Have your eyes always look like that?
No.
Then that's probably why.
What happened when I cast magic?
What do you mean?
No, I mean I'm asking you, Tyler.
Oh, what did you cast?
Cast a spell magic on Mackenzie.
Oh, that was fine. That was
Oh.
that removed an effect, but it did not fix him.
Yeah, but I mean he just said what happens when you cast spells when you're not protected, and I cast a spell.
You must be protected.
Okay.
Or Ara?
No, not Ara. Maestro.
Ara.
No, not Aura. Wrong god. Who is?
Lulu.
Yep, sorry, I'm just a hobo.
Alright.
Yeah,
Where,
Mackenzie,
where
it
are
looks
your
like
drunk
the-
raccoons when you need them?
Stop
Okay.
bullying my friends.
As
because he has a
Daria
problem.
continues to try to explain enough background information that this kid might have an idea of how long they've been down here. Eventually you name something that sounds familiar. You talk about Simon. And the kid kind of... I remember him. I mean... Okay, I don't remember
This
him.
Simon?
I remember when Mallow was making him. You know how the gods design their heroes in order to save the world every couple hundred... that's...
What?
No.
I remember
hate
that. I
that.
was there for that.
That's a thing?
Well, last
Okay.
time they did that, they got in a lot of trouble. So, I don't know, it might be different now.
So you remember that sword then?
Yeah, that's why I took it.
Alright.
I'll give it back. I'm just holding it.
No, I took you at your word. I hope you give it back. But that means you're over 300 years old. At least.
Well, is that when Simon was born?
Something like that.
No, older than that then.
Do you remember the gem dragons? Were you there when they were created, or were you there after? Were you born after?
They? There's more than one?
Which one do you know?
I remember when Lou was a little lizard. I used to carry him around in my pocket.
Daria just looks fucking like her eyes just go wide. It's like, oh
Oh my god, Lou is a little lizard!
there's no.
I'm kidding. He wasn't a lizard. He was a dragon, but he was pretty small.
Oh, you should see him now.
He didn't get that big until, well, maybe not. Anyways, we're almost here. Look.
He gave me Vala, and well, Vala's gone now, but also Simon, kind of.
Who's Vala? Oh! Wait, you found Vala?
Yeah!
And you're
in an orb.
And you just have her in your pocket?
No.
He starts laughing a little bit.
I point over at Anne. Vala's with Anne now. I do have Simon in my pocket though.
Anne and Bryn, you would notice this after being, mentioned by Mackenzie. Just looks at this little boy. I don't think we should be talking to you. You're not really here, are you?
Oh,
The kid just kind of winks. I'm here. Like, look, you can... And he, taps his feet on the stone. I'm real. But... He kind of stops talking. We made it. We're at the temple.
Bryn asks Anne, can we trust anything it says?
And kind of side-eyes you a little bit, looks at you out of the corner of her eye before looking back at the boy. He's not lying, but no, not everything good tells the truth. Why would Githian send us here? This doesn't make any sense.
He's a sick bastard.
The boy's just looking up at the stairs that lead up to the temple.
Who's in the temple, Maris?
Are you guys sure you know why you're here?
Nope. We honestly have no clue.
But you were told to
like he
come
wanted
here?
us.
Yep.
Yeah, Giphian might want us to prove ourselves to him or some weird thing before he did anything for us. And then he sent us here.
Kid looks genuinely confused, scratches his head a little bit. Okay. Here, you might need this. And the kid throws the sword at you, Daria.
Daria catches it and then kind of sits it on her shoulder in waiting position.
The kid just takes a step on takes a seat on the first step and puts his arms crossed over his knees and is just kind of slouched over.
We'll see you in a little bit, Maris.
All right.
Can I see yet?
Oh yeah, your vision has returned. It's just through blood. That is still pouring out of your face.
You know, guys, I can see again in between the blood.
Well, that's good. I tried to bandage it, but it kind of bandage, and I don't know.
Did my armor ever show up, by the way?
Not yet.
Okay. Daria tightens her wrist guards, and she kind of looks at the rest of them and like, I think it's time to get a little serious. Let's go see what's up there.
I will alter self my ears back to normal.
Okay.
And Daria will start walking towards the top of the temple.
All right. As the party starts climbing up the stairs, and it's a lot of stairs. It's a good couple hundred stairs. But you do see the building approaching you as you continue moving. You are no longer being played tricks on. That is where we will take our break.
I will be right back.
You guys are doing great. Everything's
No, it
fine.
doesn't sound like it.
Okay.
You guys are doing fine.
Do we need Foundry now?
No. You will not need Foundry this session.
Oh.
I know. I know you guys are hungry for combat. Don't worry, it's coming.
I think we're gonna get up basically a whole session of combat soon. So
I
I
mean,
think our whole Saturday.
it's gonna be a big session.
Yeah, I think our Saturday session is gonna be just nothing but combat for like 8 hours. So
I will probably hold somebody's hand at least once.
Oh,
It'll
for
be
sure.
Anne's.
It's a good idea for sure.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I might need
go-
to hold
I'm
someone's
gonna
hand,
be
too.
Hi guys. Recording
Hi.
resumed.
Hello.
Hello.
Testing. Mic's on. 1, 2, 3.
Sweet.
Hello.
Kyvier, can we get a firework check,
Hello.
please?
I'm pretty sure they're done for now because my dog's not
Aw,
screaming.
That's lame.
Yeah, yeah.
And also poor puppers.
How's the weather out there, Club?
Dark and
It would have
very
been so
America.
great of while you
Night
said
is
that. It was
dark
like,
and full of
goo, goo, goo,
terrors.
just a bunch of fireworks go off.
Snowing sideways.
That's why I was muted half the time because
It's
it was
snowing
just not
sideways.
stopping.
It literally sounded like my cat just slapping a box the whole time. It
No,
was
I,
great.
I literally thought it
That's
was the
pretty loud.
bunny fucking
Yeah,
just
it's
kicking
so
shit.
great.
Listen,
Mine was pretty loud,
I had fireworks outside my house, so I didn't even fucking notice anybody else had fireworks in their park. So I was like, there's
Everything's
just
totally fine. All right,
Alright.
so you guys are climbing a totally normal staircase to a totally normal temple in a totally normal layer of the abyss. What's up? What are we doing, folks? What's the vibe? Can I get a vibe check?
Daria
Um,
is leading the way.
Hopeful, but a tinge of sadness.
Love that.
You know?
Love that.
Yeah,
Honesty is
yeah.
important.
Fear that we're too late.
No, you guys are doing great.
Bryn's like 95% worried about her girlfriend, 10% worried about the other knights, 0% worried about the rest of the world.
Valid. Valid. Good to check in on that for sure, in case it changes.
That's just the person asking if we're the bad guys.
I'm okay.
When-
You weren't
here's the
there
real
for
thing.
the sit-down conversation with Anne and Nerith, where Anne is like, "Yeah, by the way, I totally lied to you to infiltrate your cult," and Nerith's like, "Can I still call you my sister?" And Bryn was just like, "Do you guys want tea?"
You guys
Oh, I remember that.
I really want Bryn to have a realization that if everyone in the party is accidentally the bad guys, then doesn't that make Anne the worst guy?
And
Yep.
Anne is, or no, and Bryn is fine with this.
Okay.
Bryn just wants to know what team she's
Yeah,
on.
she just wants. She's never
do you
been
care?
judgmental. She just wants to know what jersey she's wearing. I can respect that.
She's just confused because you guys keep saying you're the good guys, and sometimes she's like, "Are you sure?"
Anyway,
Has
Everyone
anyone,
said
has
I
you
was
anyone
guys,
taken a vibe check
you guys
recently?
are climbing the staircase. The little boy is still behind you, just sitting on the steps. He hasn't vanished into the night.
that we're still calling him a little boy, even though we've decided that he's just a figment of our imaginations.
Yeah, he's just like.
What do you mean? He's Maris.
He's Maris.
Yeah,
And
Maris.
let's see if Kai can figure out who
He's
that
been
is.
I was
the
gonna
whole
say,
time.
Kai, while we're climbing the stairs, did you want to talk about that at all?
Yeah, who?
You
The fuck?
You remember the name. You weren't able. You didn't roll high enough to be like, oh, great, this is this guy. Great. But you've heard of Maris.
This is where I mentioned that half the time I don't write notes. I just remember them and then I forget them the next day.
Have any of us heard of Maris?
I would allow Wilkes and Wilkes. Nobody else. It was only going to be Wilkes and Kai to make an intelligence check. Kai, I'll give you another roll because I'm feeling nice.
Yay!
All right, baby. Let's see how smart I truly am.
That's even worse. Okay.
Oh no.
Ooh.
It's a 15.
Oof. I feel that.
19.
19. Wilkes, you know Maris as it relates to the Night City, as in they are both told, or rather, they both originate from the same group of people. The ancient Triton race that has a sprawling empire, mostly undisturbed by landfolk, that stretches all underneath the ocean from the coast of Valena all the way across to Bavraina. Maris just so happens to be the name of the first son of Giffian, who wasn't created, so not the same way that like Dwanel is the son of Artelicus. He was not recognized as a god, but he was born out of the affair that Giffian had with, you would know the name, please let me find it in my notes.
You just toss the kid into the abyss.
Oh,
God
God.
damn.
Oh,
Father
God.
of the
Where'd
year.
it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
See ya, kiddo. Boot. Enjoy pandemonium.
Sorry, a lot of this is in my rework for this month. I'm trying to find it.
Don't hurt yourself.
Let's go to the old book. Let's see the old book. Where is it? There it is. Adeline was the wife. Was the human woman who bore Maris as her first son. Maris, as the Triton race grew out of Giffian, and Giffian for a long time was the emperor of the Triton people. That was what he kept busy with while his siblings were bickering and fighting and raising their own pantheons and establishing themselves as the supreme against the other gods. Giffian was just making his own people and pushing the boundaries of Patria and the elemental plane of water, and eventually trapping the primordial lord Sapiros. Maris went on to gain a title when he took over after Giffian left. Now, Giffian left before the pact that Lothar and Maestra and they created. He left on his own free will. And Maris became known as God King. Because although no one recognized him as a direct descendant of Giffian, it was always a rumor, or, you know, maybe he was of Giffian but not made by. It was a weird, blurred line. There was a lot of superstition around it. But Maris led the Triton people roughly 850 years ago. It's one of the first kings of the Tritons. Anything?
Yeah.
Just silence,
Sorry,
like, whoa.
I'm typing this out.
Oh, no
He
worries,
old.
no worries. He old. He's the
He an
oldest
old boy.
7-year-old I've never met.
Old as fuck.
Yeah.
Wilkes will just be quiet for a little bit before speaking up. So weren't you? I'm not 100% because all this is mostly in passing, or like years and years ago. Weren't you one of the first, or your name is related to one of the first kings of the Tritons?
Maris has stopped at the step as you guys have climbed, so he's a little bit behind you at this point. Did you want to stop and turn and yell at him?
No, I would have just like called it, like turned and looked at him as I'm like,
Okay.
probably. Is he not following us up the steps?
No, he's sitting on the first step, facing away from the temple, just like hunched over like a kid, like putting their knees on their, or their hands on, or their elbows on their knees, sorry, and looking away. His ears kind of like perk up and he looks over at you. That took you a lot longer than most.
Well, I'm not the one who studies my whole life, so
That's fine. It was
it's
just
pretty-
a statement of
pretty-
fact.
yeah. Well, you can. It's pretty quick for me, so.
You did great.
Oh,
You did great.
we don't usually
Thanks.
have this problem.
Bye.
Good luck.
Thanks for the help.
I haven't helped you yet.
Hey, what?
Yeah, we found it on our own.
Have we climbed the stairs
At-
yet?
Kenzie, are your eyes still bleeding?
Yes.
Yes, they're still bleeding.
But he can see.
Someone gonna take care of his bleeding eyes?
I can do it. Come here.
Yeah, someone call yourself a doctor.
Oh my god!
Sorry.
I'm sorry that you're having performance issues right now, but you don't even
not-
take it out on your
We
boyfriend.
cannot let the plane of pandemonium get to us.
Yeah, guys, just
I'm just-
like you kind of just have to go with it, otherwise you'll lose your mind.
To go with it.
I'm gonna just use.
I'll throw
cure.
shade all I
Hey, are
want.
you okay? Do you want me to fight him?
What?
Ah,
I'm okay.
Hey,
Okay,
God, what
Look,
an
I'm casting cure
every
wounds.
Kai, what do you want to
Taking
do?
any damage.
What do you want to do,
I'm
Kai?
casting cure wounds.
Cure wounds, sure. Go ahead and roll healing.
We'll do it at level 2, just because I don't. Not bad. Bad. I hate math. Hold on.
Oh, don't we all, bestie?
14. That's how much healing you get.
14. You
I'm-
put your
I'm
hand
still at
kind of
full.
over, like covering his eyes, and try to focus your druidic natural healing abilities. That is most compatible with someone like Mackenzie. And you pull away his hand, and his eyes don't look as red, but they're still bleeding.
If it makes you feel any better, I don't feel like I'm losing lots of blood.
Just let me keep an eye on you, because I don't know what.
I know what the symptoms of blood loss are. I'll
Yeah,
let
but you
you
tend to
know.
feel it less when you're actually bleeding out yourself.
I mean, yeah, but it is happening right in front of my eyes.
Literally.
And he raises his eyebrows at Kai.
I hate it.
Oh, okay. Alright, yeah, okay.
As it like squirts out more blood.
God. I hate how much you love this.
It's great. Pandemonium is.
You've had nothing but a blast in Pandemonium. You've been treated well here.
You just literally, if you just let nothing bother you, then nothing will bother you.
It's not entirely wrong. You guys do eventually reach the top of the temple, and it opens up into like a courtyard. But right at the edge of where the stairs stop continuing upwards, like there's no like landing space, is a barbed gate that is pushed shut. Like the metal is warped over each other, like some large creature pulled these gates shut.
How tall does it look? The gate?
25 feet. Mac, you feel a tap on your hand. Wilkes, sorry.
Mac in real life.
Can you imagine?
Shuts my computer off and just runs.
Just goes to bed.
Comes out my window.
You're shattering a glass.
Well, now that I have your addresses, I could totally do that. I just gotta
Oh,
convince
no.
6 people, one in each of your cities, to
to get up.
stalk you.
Oh,
Oh god.
Is that what friends are like?
That's what friends are like. Yep.
I knew it.
I'll give you a new level of immersion. You'll just hear knocking on your window during
All
certain
right.
scenes.
I feel a
It'll be
tap
great.
on my hand.
Yeah, you feel a tap on your hand.
Which hand?
Your left hand.
Okay. I look over.
Maris
down.
is standing behind you, and he's just like, "This is where my parents work. Welcome to the temple."
Where they work?
Yeah, they work here. Do you
Your parents?
Can
we
know?
go in?
Being...
Do you know what a
What-
job
what-
is?
Do you know what a
Yeah,
job
I
is?
just thought you said were.
Work.
Not
Sorry, they
work.
work here.
Yeah, I know what.
But
that is.
They work a 9 to 5. All right. Dollar
But
Tree
if they
stuff
work
like that.
here, why is it so weird that he sent us here?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, most times if someone's meeting with Dad, he doesn't make them walk through whatever you want to call that.
I think it has a lot to do with what we asked of him.
What did you
I
Yeah.
think he's just petty.
We asked for his divine essence.
The kid starts laughing.
As a matter of factly.
You asked for him to just like reach into his existence and pull a
Okay.
part of him out for you, and you
I
were
just
surprised when he said
towards
no.
and ta-da!
Well, he didn't really. He didn't say no. He just said he kind of laughed at us,
Yeah,
which
I
is
mean,
essentially the same thing. But
now that you
Oh,
put that into
wow.
context, it 100% makes sense why you're here. I appreciate
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Do you know
Oh,
why
wait.
we're here?
Yeah, you're here to get a spark and put it in whatever the hell this is, and points at Anne.
Well, first of all, she's a she.
Yeah, that's Anne.
Who
or
made
what,
her?
however they identify as
The god.
now.
Yeah, that's true. That has changed a couple times. Anne seems undisturbed and just looks at the little boy. You know exactly what I am. You heard the rumors.
You talking to Maris?
Yeah, and Anne's talking to Maris, and Maris replies by just sticking out his tongue. Are you the
Cute.
only one left? Anne raises an eyebrow, like a genuine, like, oh shit, he knows more, and says, no, there's more of us. I haven't been able to find one, though. Anyways,
Hey, Maris,
how do
you
we
want
get in the
something
gate?
cool?
Maris kind of shakes his head and stops looking at Anne. What?
You want something cool?
He
I
just
pull out
kinda
a magic bean.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Don't put it here
But
yet.
I put my hand over the beans.
No,
Sorry,
wait.
Hey,
Let him.
Let's wait until after we figure out how to get through the gate before we give gifts as thing.
Just pull it open. You're really strong.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk over to the gate and try and
Maris,
pull
is
it
that,
open.
Is it that
Sure,
easy?
make a
Just
strength
push it
check.
open?
Okay.
I don't know. And if it's
Well,
not, I have a potion that can help with that.
I don't get advantage on these anymore. Strength check or athletics
Just the strength check.
I hand when Daria leaves, I hand the bean to Maris.
check?
It feels like we're giving this child
21.
drugs.
21.
Why
It's
did
not
it
a
roll
child.
twice?
You guys watch as Daria puts like 2 hands on either sides of like the metal that's been curled around. Daria, you pull as hard as you can, and you're really giving it, and you can feel the metal biting into you a bit because it's kind of rough, and you pull apart, and your hands come free. The gate is still shut, and your hands feel kind of weird. And you look, and all 8 of your fingers have been severed off.
All
Wait,
8
what?
of your fingers have been what?
Everything but your thumbs have been cut off by the metal of the gate.
Ah!
Oh my god!
It
I'm
doesn't.
missing fingers.
It doesn't hurt. It's bleeding. It doesn't hurt.
I'm missing fingers.
There's
Oh.
every
Why did
chance that that's not real.
Yeah, but
Don't worry. Hey, don't worry, Daria. Hey, nobody panic. I packed a spell for
Maris
this.
steals a bean, by the way.
He steals
Another
another one?
Yeah, he
I
takes
put
another
it
one.
back in my bag.
Oh, okay, so he has the one.
He has the one.
All right,
don't you
he's-
have 2 more?
No, I have a lot of. It was the eggs I didn't have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Daria's looking at her hands and she looks at Mary.
I'll have a spell for
think-
this.
I think I need metal fingers. I'm
Maris kind of pops up and says, I wouldn't recommend brute strength. He thought of that one. Sorry.
Now you tell me.
Wow.
You
didn't
Right
ask.
You know,
I
right
asked.
before
I asked if it was just as easy as pushing it open.
Yeah, she didn't push.
Are
What'd she do,
Daria's
pull?
fingers?
She tried to rip it open, like wrench it open.
Oh, pull. Maybe it's
Are
push,
all-
Daria.
It's a push door.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Daria just looks at Wilkins. Like,
Hey,
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do
Tyler?
it.
Yes.
Are Daria's fingers still present?
Do you look for them on the floor?
Yes.
They're running away. They've grown legs and they're running away.
Oh my
I'm
god!
grabbing the
Big
fingers.
legs.
Yeah, they grew like little spider legs and they're flying.
Oh, I
away.
was gonna say, I
I'm
wish they had
grabbing
like,
the fingers.
full
Up with
human
me.
legs with like hair on them.
Can Bryn catch them?
You guys want
Can
to
I try
try
to
to
snatch one up?
Stuffing them in the bag of
Okay.
colding.
Mackenzie and Bryn can both make a dexterity check to see if you're quick enough to grab someone, because those fingers are gone.
Just like really toned calves and like.
Yeah, can I
19.
Tyler, can I try to
I only got a
grab one with
14.
mage hand?
You could try Mage Hand 1. Make a charisma check to see if your magic
Quick,
can
dump
form
them in
quick
the
enough.
bag.
I will also do it with Mage Hand.
Well, I rolled a 2.
If you rolled a 10 or higher, you collect 1 finger. A 15
That's
or
a nat
higher,
20.
you collect 2. Nat 20, you get a whole hand's
I
worth.
rolled a 10.
I think between the lot of you, you guys have
Yeah, I think we
captured all
got
the
'em all.
fingers. Yeah.
Quick, put them in the bag.
But I'll put them in the bag. Bag of holding.
Daria just has that same
put it in the
look
bag,
that
open
she had when
I
the
pulled
sword
one of
was
the.
absorbed through the thing, and it's just in
Just
disbelief.
defeat.
Can
and
I
just
pull one
defeat,
of
and
the
it's just-
fingers out and like tug on its legs?
You pull off
Wait.
their spider
Yeah.
legs?
I
All
pull off the spider legs.
You
Is
pull
it
off.
just a finger?
You pull
again?
off one of the legs, or you're pulling off all of them, like
I'm pulling all
like
of them
roots. You pull them all
Yeah.
off, and in your right hand now you have 8 spider legs that begin to form a spider as its thorax grows and its head comes
I
back.
throw the spider.
And in
Can I
your
try to
left
stick-
hand,
Oh no.
there's now more spider legs, but
Ah!
the legs are getting bigger. It's now about the size of the palm of your hand outstretched.
I drop it on the ground. Or no, I put it back in the bag.
Okay.
Daria,
How
come
do
here.
I-
Can I see your hands, please?
How do I swing a sword?
No,
without
give me
any
your hands.
fingers?
Okay,
Come
Daria,
here.
it's okay. It's okay.
Can I
I'm
stick one?
I'm
Mer-
built to do one
Mer-
thing.
Mara speaks up, genuinely trying to answer Daria's question. Well, you could do what that one did to me and just pierce it through the palm of your hand.
Wait,
Oh,
hey, Daria,
You know,
give me
good
your hand.
idea. Someone staple Soul Rend onto my hands. What do you want my hands for, Mackenzie?
Give me your hands.
I'm just like, Daria just kind of like flops them at you. Just like,
I take their hands and I cast Regenerate.
Okay. You cast regenerate. I need you to roll a D100.
Don't cast any magic. Not while we're in pandemonium.
It's too late, man. You cast the spell. Roll a D100, please.
Okay, 27.
27, that's totally fine. You put your hands over Daria's hands, and you can feel like the bones cracking and the skin growing over, and you pull it back, and Daria has 4 hands with 20 fingers.
Oh no!
Well, now you gotta really
Well, now
put grip on the
This
sword.
is worse. This is worse.
This is
This is way worse.
Daria grabs
Kenobi.
Soren with one arm because now I have 2 hands on one arm and it's a 2-handed weapon. Now I can wield 2 soul rends if I wanted to.
Damn right.
I hate this so much.
Oh.
This is worse.
This is worse.
Alright.
What if I go?
Maybe
Now
you
what
should
if
stop
I
casting magic because every time you do it goes wrong.
Oh,
you know,
that's so mean.
Okay,
That's
now
not
hear me
really
out,
that mean.
guys.
It's literally observant
Yeah.
fact.
Guys, hear me out. What if I just walk up to the gate and surgically put my other hand on
No,
the gate?
no. You're gonna lose your arms next.
Not if I do it so
What if you
precisely
slip
that it
and
just-
skin your
What if we
elbow?
just-
Maris,
what
I've
if
known
Maris-
you for about a year, and I would not describe what you do as precise.
What if we
Maris,
just ask
do
the
you know-
figment of our imagination?
Yeah,
if they
that's
could
what I'm
open the door
trying
for
to-
us? Okay.
I was gonna ask it, Maris. Do you know how to open the door?
Shout over people louder.
I'm not.
That
I'm
I've
not.
learned.
I'm not allowed in the temple. But
Okay, I know you're not allowed in the temple, but I mean, come on.
Just open the door. You don't have to go in.
make
Well, I just mean, like, surely you've made it in.
make
here
a
before.
persuasion check. Bryn.
Who?
Yeah, you.
Oh
The one
no.
who's trying to convince someone.
Oh no.
Luckily, I'm proficient in it, so I can't get less than a 10 on my roll. 16.
16. You got less than 10 on your roll.
I did. I got a 9.
Maris kind of looks at you and walks over to the gate. And he's a 7-year-old, so he just walks through the space in the gate.
And the rest of us?
Nah, it's pretty. You might be able to. You're pretty live.
Could I?
Can I
Wilkes
immediately
probably
go to follow
can.
him?
Yeah.
I immediately go to follow him, thinking that's just the way to get through.
I need you to make a dexterity check
Okay.
to make sure you don't slice anything off.
6.
No,
Oh.
no. Oh
my
Aren't you proficient in those
God.
things?
You're making me do dexterity checks, which don't get proficiency bonus.
Nope, they sure don't. Yeah, you climb through.
Nice.
How many limbs is she missing?
Daria's just defeated.
I've got 2 extra hands for you.
Here, take this. I don't need it. Wilkes,
is
you
it-
go through as well?
No. Is it visible on the other side?
Like, can you see through? Yeah, it's like an iron
Okay.
gate. You can see through it.
I'm just gonna missy step to the other side.
Yeah, sure. Roll a D100.
Holy fucking shit.
Why did you?
I've literally cast like 4 spells since I've been here, and none of them have made me roll a D100.
Yep.
That's
There are
fair.
very specific types of magic that are not allowed down here.
I'm just
You're just a lucky boy.
eating the words of
You're just a lucky
You're just the
boy.
luckiest boy that you've only died
I
2.5
gotta.
times.
I put all my dice. I need to separate these a little bit.
Team best friends on the other side of the door.
Yeah, exactly.
I might be in the 50th layer of the abyss after this.
Don't worry, I'll come get you. You're my secondary. You're my second best friend.
D100.
My first best friend lives in Canada. You've never met her.
I rolled a 9.
You rolled a 9. That's
yeah.
really low.
Oh.
Are you sure you? Are you sure
missed
you?
you step through?
Yes.
I rolled a 9.
How many limbs does he miss?
Oh my God! Stop being jealous.
You're so sad. I love it.
You're turning
Wilkes
green.
put his
Daria.
Wilkis and Bryn.
Look,
look
it's with his
fine.
hand in his sleeve and he's like, I'm just kidding. He doesn't do that.
Oh Jesus!
He just pretends just being
That's messed up. That's messed up.
I've been a little like spicy.
Uh,
Would make sense.
Bryn and Wilkes, you notice that on this side of the gate, and you're not sure how they can't see it from their side. There's a big old lock on the gate.
Can I open it?
You can certainly try.
Oh, I
Don't
hate that.
rip your fucking fingers off.
I don't even need my fingers. Anne will be my fingers.
Excuse
as long as she
me?
still has
I'm
them.
sorry.
What?
Hey, I've
You
got
can take
two extra
Daria's fingers
hands
and
for
put them
you.
on yours.
Yeah, Daria's got
Oh
extra
my
hands.
God. Like little hats
Just
on my
put little
hand.
strings on the end of their fingers. It'll be great.
Great.
Okay, so thieves' tools.
Yep.
Okay.
Big old thieves' tools.
Dummy thick, dummy thick,
Can
dummy
I
thick,
can
dummy
I
thick.
can I
I
land?
rolled
can I
pretty low.
lend them
I got a
hand?
29.
You got a 29.
I only rolled a 15.
Tink. Your lockpick breaks.
Hey,
Guys, can I?
Sorry.
I'm sorry. The
Darius-
DC was literally 30. I'm so sorry.
Oh my
That's so
God.
upsetting.
It's the hardest DC that I allow. I'm sorry.
Darius gonna go up to Nerith and is just gonna be like, "Hey Nerith, you need a hand?"
Colby and
shot
Daria
over.
are so sad right now.
I
Every
shot over.
time
I
I
shot
try
over
and
to
do
the other side.
something.
I'm sorry, buddy. It's a sharp door.
I shot over.
They really
Wait,
gotta file these doors down.
You gotta find
Tyler.
them. Yes.
The gap in the door.
Yeah.
If I were to lay on the ground sideways,
Oh,
could I squeeze through the
You
door?
could certainly try.
Okay, Bryn shouts
Let's-
over to the
My
other side of the
scrawny
door.
ass.
Can I cast knock on the lock?
what
Bryn,
is what
hold
is
on.
Bryn trying to
What
say?
is Bryn trying to say?
Yeah, say
Bryn
something.
shouts over to the other side of the door. There's a lock over here. I tried it, but I didn't
I
get
would've did
through.
that
What if I
after
could try
myself.
again?
What if I
If
could...
only I could have a second chance.
Yeah, but
Hey, fate gods,
I
could
would have
you
cast
help
knock after I
a
saw
brother
you fail,
out?
Bryn.
Yeah, do it.
Wilkes, you cast knock, and the lock shatters, and the door swings open.
Oh my god, I love you.
Right as Mackenzie was getting ready to.
Mackenzie is laying prone, like trying to make his shoulders go in front
That's
of
why
his
you lay on the
chest,
ground.
and he's like snaking a little
I
bit.
was gonna try to squeeze under the door, but
I was just like, if any of the 6 magical beings in here could give me a second chance, I would love that for some chronomancy.
Daria, as you cross through the threshold, your extra hands fall
I
off
don't do
and
second
spider away.
chances. I just
Do they-
remind you of
I
your
was
mistake.
I was gonna say Daria was trying to like learn
Can I
how
try
to
to catch
clap. Daria was trying to learn how to clap with each arm with both hands as they
She was
fall
gonna
away.
do the.
That's so
no.
awful. I hate
Do
it.
her
Sorry, are you
fingers
trying to
grow
do the
back?
snap clap thing?
That's so bad.
I was
But
trying to
du-
use
but
one
double.
arm with both hands.
Do her
clap,
fingers
so-
grow back?
Yeah, no, they got all their fingers back when the second hand showed up.
Yeah,
Why is
okay.
rolling a 16 so hard?
They had 20 digits.
There we go. There's my nat 20.
There's
It
your
only
nat
took like 4 tries.
All right,
Yeah.
you guys are through the barbed door.
Daria is saddened that she couldn't learn how to clap with 4 hands. Because
Wait,
they
I
ran
am
away
just
from
So
two
her.
hands.
sorry, Daria.
I thought it was 2 hands with 10 fingers each on them.
No. It
No,
was
no.
it was 20
4 hands.
digits total. Yeah,
But it's
was-
4
it-
hands coming out of two
Wrists.
armholes.
2 wrists.
Yeah,
Yeah, or two hands coming out of one wrist.
Okay, wait. Are they like on top of each other like those slapper toys that you played with as children?
No, they were
my
side by side, but that's awful.
Handout.
That's
Which is-
fucking
which is-
awful.
which is-
Slapper if
Which
you
is
had
which
two
is
on each
why
side,
Daria
one
was
on each
trying
side.
to learn how to clap
That's so
with
good.
the 2 hands. Because they were positioned weird, so she was like, "Okay, how do I? It's like, how do I bend?"
All right, the gate's open.
Well, that worked itself out, didn't it?
Kai's just kind of staring at the ground like I've seen.
You've seen some shit today for sure. You guys walk towards the temple. The temple, now that you're focusing on it and not the Gate of Horrors that you guys were trapped behind, is mostly in ruins. Everything in the Night City was, well used, but not decrepit or falling apart or anything like that. Until Bryn looked inside of the buildings. But besides that, the
Just don't look
surface of
inside.
all of them was of a modern metropolis.
Man, looks like you really let the place go.
This temple looks like they let it go, for sure. There is very clearly a hole in the roof, as you can see light coming through from the back of it.
Maris, question for you.
Sure.
Has this temple always been here?
Here, or has it always existed?
In the spot here where it is now standing.
No, it hasn't been here that long.
When did it get here?
When did you get here?
3 days ago.
Probably around then.
Interesting.
As soon as it showed up, I knew I had to find you. That was what I was told to do. But
who told you to find us?
Mother did. And he gets a little quiet.
All right.
Don't worry, we won't tell if that Mother's Day.
You guys, what are you guys doing? You guys
walking
Darius going towards the temple.
Do be walking.
You do be walking. Maris has stopped at the perimeter. He is not allowed in the temple, and even though he helped you get in, he's staying there.
Will you be here when we get out?
No.
Well,
thank you for your help.
It was nice meeting you.
I haven't helped
What
you
was
yet.
it?
That hasn't happened yet.
Do
But you're welcome. I don't know. Has it happened for you already? How does this work? And he kind of like gets pouty.
Very helpful demeanor.
Do you want a hug or something, Maris? You seem like you need a hug. You've been in a city.
He kind of raises his eyebrow at you, like, insight check.
Sorry, I think you just.
Okay. Depending on what he rolls.
Not good. He's like, yeah, couldn't mean anything bad. He opens his arms, but he does not step towards you.
Daria will go towards him and give him a bear hug. I was gonna say if he rolled high enough, he would notice that Daria needs a hug.
Oh, Daria. He gives you a hug back that seems much more heavy set than a 7-year-old should be able to deliver.
Yeah. It's like Daria's giving him like a genuine hug.
Yeah.
It's been rough.
As opposed to side hugs, fake hugs.
Yeah.
Christian side hug.
Christian side hugs. RN side hugs.
RN side hugs.
You guys eventually separate, and you rejoin your group that is slowly entering the temple.
I'll see you around, Maris.
No, you won't.
We'll see.
Will you be seeing us?
You guys walk into the temple.
Okay. I didn't want to know.
Oh, you don't know. As you guys filter in, standing in front of you is a glowing stream of water that is like a serpent in the air tracing out a symbol over and over again. As the beginning of the symbol starts to fade, it loops back and fixes it, leaving this almost like glow stick effect. And the symbol is this.
Isn't that? That's not the symbol of Mallow. That's not the symbol of Mallow, right?
No, although the eye does look a little familiar, but that is coincidence.
Yeah, I just recognize the eye.
Is that I wouldn't recognize that, would I?
As you guys are like, especially you, Wilkus, growing up on the sea, like you're like, is there anything in the noggin that might know what this is because it's related to the ocean? Anne speaks up, very quietly. That's Sapiros. That's his mark.
Oh? So this is Sapiros? Like...
It's a part of him, at least. That symbol's older than the gods. Older than Kayava.
Can I touch the symbol?
Sure.
Please don't put it in your mouth.
I'm not going
Lick the symbol.
Please don't eat it. You touch.
Daria,
Bryn says
Daria's
that with her
waiting
whole
for him
chest.
to. Daria's waiting for him to age another 40 years.
Yeah. Fine.
Oh no.
You touch the symbol, Mackenzie, and you can feel that creature in your heart.
I can feel the creature in my what?
In your heart, kind of bellow out
Oh.
as you connect with something ancient and primordial. It's not painful, but it is intense.
That is weird.
Almost like Sapiros is talking to that beast inside you.
Hey man, how's it going?
Does he say ara ara?
No, he says, "Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear."
So here's a question. Something
just
I've
here
never,
stroking my balls.
something I've not tried before.
Stop, guys. Stop. Let Mackenzie have a moment. Go ahead, Mackenzie.
Sorry.
Oh, fuck you guys.
No, that was my fault. That was my fault.
Mackenzie's going to try, and he's not tried this before, but with his 1,000 shapes,
Yep.
Can he try to rather than doing an animal, can he try an elemental?
Ooh.
And turn my
1 sec.
hand into like water?
As you focus on the connection between this source and yourself, and also that pit in your stomach that seems to be getting louder, you focus hard and your hand begins to turn into like a watery, almost crystalline form that is fluid but still material.
Oh my goodness! I can't believe I've done. Oh!
What is
You
it?
good?
I turned my hand into water and ice. So this mark, is it something that can be like picked up, or?
It is
'Cause I'm trying-
it's about the size, like as tall as you are, floating in the sky, like
Okay,
hovering
so you
about
said
a foot off the
It
ground.
felt like it was trying to talk.
It felt like there was communication between you touching this and the beast inside you. Nothing verbal that you could translate.
Okay. No, like conveyed ideas or feelings.
Not currently, no. More of just an acknowledgement.
Whoa.
The two dude bros passing each other in the gym. Head nods only.
A voice from across this temple, an old, like, what was that voice you were doing earlier? Who was doing that old man voice for the
Daria?
audience? For the audience, yeah, Colby.
Yeah,
Good evening, children.
It's been 24 years.
Yeah, that's the voice you hear. Dumbledore from the 5th movie. There's a man sitting in a, not a throne, a proper chair made out of some sort of stone or seabed material, sandstone maybe.
Oh,
You sure took your time.
I mean, it was pretty crazy getting here.
That's fair. That's fair.
Does he look familiar?
Make an insight check.
I'm just totally cool having a conversation with this random person here.
Oh shit! 21.
He's got that same shit-eating grin that Maris did.
Daria just kind of looks at him and it's like, "Told you so."
Well, it hadn't happened yet, but seriously, what took you so long?
It's a long hallway.
Apparently. I have been waiting for so long. Father has shared with me what he knows of you, although based on your ages, I gather he may have told me too soon. Tell me, have the waves settled on Dragon's Bay yet? Anyone who lives on the coast near Morancati or Greenhaven can
Near
make
Morancati.
a history check.
Not Daria.
Which would, I think, just be Nick. I think
I
it's
live in
just
the forest.
yeah, it's just Nereth who would really
What do you want me to roll?
a history check.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just
Closest I got was wandering around.
history check. Skibbity-bop-bum, skibbity-bop-bop.
Oh
18.
my god.
It's a 29. I just
29.
realized I'm being a bit too loud. So.
Yeah, so Dragon's Bay is that area where Morancati touches the ocean. It is kind of a central point for trading, mainly controlled by the Vestarian Empire, since they own most of the coastline around it. It emerged from the sea just to the natural, ebbing and flowing of the ocean sea levels probably about 400 years ago. The bay itself used to be much larger, so as the water has dropped, more land has been made available. So it's been about 400 years since that happened. And he just kind of looks at you. These old blue eyes. He's wearing these like ragged royal clothing. So, how long has it been?
Since we last saw you?
Well,
Since the tide settled on Dragon's Bay.
yes, that would be the most recent event that I would know of, I think. When did that happen for your people?
Daria looks to Nereth, since he grew up there.
Would I know?
That's what you just rolled for. That's what you
Sorry,
just rolled
sorry.
for.
I'm like multitasking right now. Sorry.
All good. So you do know it happened about 400 years ago.
400. Yes, that would have been 400 years ago, Daria.
I
400
was
years.
not alive.
Very well. I regret being so forgetful, but I was told to tell you something. And I don't remember what it was.
Is there anything we can do to jog your memory?
He looks kind of confused for a second, and his age is showing. Have you ever met the Lucky Goddess? Is she still here?
We found her vestige once, but it's lost.
Yeah. Some asshole took it from us.
She used to be down here. And I don't remember what I told her, but I told her. And he repeats himself. I fear it cannot be more help but to grant you an audience with my father. That is all that is left. I regret being so forgetful, but please do not blame an old fool. Now that I have told you what I can, which is nothing, they might finally let me sleep.
Is there a way I could possibly alter meditative memory or help him perform the ritual?
I don't think you can use it to recall someone else's memory, although I appreciate the intent. Let's see.
Well, I just mean, that's why I also
Yeah.
said, like, would he be capable of, with instruction, maybe doing it?
Unfortunately,
little old.
unfortunately not. No, He's
Damn.
past that capability. Is there any other information that I might be used for? And if not, you may go through. The gate is no longer locked.
Bryn does chime in from where she's standing, very close to Anne, as always. We did have an accident with the gate earlier. Would you know how to set it to rights if we did?
Probably Giffin might be able to.
The gate's always been broken. What did you do to it?
Try to open it.
I shattered a lock.
No matter. The guards will get to that shortly, I'm sure. Anne kind of takes a half step forward. Maris? Why won't they let you sleep? Maris pauses. The God King now seemingly lived a life in charge of his people. Well, I died much before this time, but you see, when Dad asks a favor, you don't get to walk away so easily. I was made to wait here for you for when the knights arrived. Silly name. And
It is.
at that moment, tell you what I have now forgotten. There is a very good chance that they do not let me sleep even still, because I have forgotten, but
Is there any way we could help you sleep?
based on our last conversation all those years ago, seems like you've already gotten on his not the best side. I would not wish it for you to ask a favor of him.
Well, I just mean, like, is there anything we can do to go over him or under him and...
Well, he put me in charge of this place the first time it broke through into Saphira, and I feel that it has grown a part of me.
What is the Mark of Sapiros doing here?
I think Father uses it like an anchor. To keep the gates sealed is very important, but at the same time, losing this place could spell disaster.
Is Saphira's the heartbeat we were hearing?
Heartbeat? Oh, no. That was not Sapiros.
Well, then what was it?
Would you allow an old man to rest?
Of course. I'll find out on my own. He just grins.
Anne begins looking at Nerith and instead passes over to you, Bryn. And just with her eyes is asking for permission.
Bryn very much doesn't care what she's asking. She'd say yes.
She just kind of nods in your direction, and then after getting your approval, does look across the group. And you get this sense of mercy that Anne is trying to do. And Anne steps forward and puts the back of her palm on Maris's cheek. Do you want to sleep? Maris' eyes remain closed, but he does nod. Gives you a very interesting resemblance to King Hardell in Dindaral before his youth returned to him. And Anne pushes with the back of her hand his long, unkempt hair out of his face and just takes his hand. You begin to see a energy siphoning out of Maris. It's very dull. There isn't much left. As Anne begins to take him the way that only she can. Takes a few moments, maybe a minute. Maris fades, turning almost into water. But again, you're walking in air, and those frozen water droplets begin to disperse as his energy joins them among millions of droplets of souls. And steps back towards you, Bryn, and just kind of nods a thanks, and you can see her eyes kind of teared up, and they've grown a cold blue.
Bryn does like envelop her, just completely, and just say, "You did the right thing."
He said the gate was open. We already opened the gate. What is he talking about?
Probably not that gate. He said that gate was always broken.
You look around, and there is no like back door to this temple. It's a very small structure. Should we go check?
Bryn nods.
Okay, you guys exit the temple. Kind of just like a little bit off-put by what just happened, and also let down by Maris no longer remembering the whole point of him being there.
Daria is the last one to leave, and as she's leaving, she turns around to where he once stood on the throne, and she just says to herself quietly, "Sleep well, kid." And then she'll turn and walk back towards the group.
Okay. You guys turn around and exit. You're standing near the exit, and the gate that you guys smashed open is still smashed open. But beyond that, about 5 steps down, instead of this seemingly expansive staircase, is a doorway. A very similar doorway to the one you guys entered the Night City with. And you could hear a voice on the other side. You can't really hear what he's saying, but you can hear that there's a masculine voice coming through the portal.
So we step through.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yep.
Guys, superhero doing it side by side? Is there a marching order?
No
That'd be a
hesitation.
cool shot.
Just walking through, exiting the Night City. Okay.
Daria takes one last look at it all and then steps through.
Make a perception check.
Oh boy, perception. It's my favorite. 22.
That's pretty good. In the distance, as you're kind of looking down over this, again, endless city, you see a little boy run around the corner. And a mounted Wilkes, Bryn, and Mackenzie chasing after him. But you step through the portal.
Yeah.
Closes
Daria's
behind you.
Miles.
Nerith pauses and thinks to himself, is he with the right versions of Nerith and the rest of the party? Or is he...
Roll a
Sorry,
D100. No kidding.
I was gonna say, is this an us scenario where like I'm with the wrong ones
shit.
now and I never noticed?
Wow.
I mean,
it's-
honestly, that's the real goal, isn't it? To never notice.
It's really funny you say that. As you all step through the portal and exit Pandemonium, I need you all to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
Because there is an effect caused by being in Pandemonium. Just tell me if you roll
Alrighty.
below a 13.
Nat 20 for a 30.
16
it.
total for Nerith.
14, skin of my teeth.
Nice, nice.
30-20 for me.
Okay, that's pretty
26.
good. All right. Is that everybody?
think
One?
two.
No.
I think it should have been lower, but it was underneath
I rolled 2.
my monitor, and I
no,
tried to reach for it, and then it fell over. So I don't know what the number was.
2 plus 2 is 4.
Wilkes fails the
Damn.
Pandemonium roll. All right.
And can we hold Wilkes's hand to make him feel better?
Well, he doesn't feel anything. There's no immediate effect, thankfully.
He just doesn't remember any of Pandemonium.
It was
No,
all a
I think
dream.
it's not the Feywild. It's not the Feywild,
No,
Colby.
that would be great, though.
I know.
Anyways, you guys are standing in
Wilkes just thinks we're gaslighting him for the entire rest of the world.
the
Yeah, it was
center.
a little spicy in Pandemonium.
You guys are standing in the center of a very similar city to the one you were just in, but thankfully full of people who are people and not monsters. There are shops open and buildings have people inside them and not monsters. And there is a
Keep saying not monsters.
full civilization living their best life here.
They're not monsters.
And standing in front of you as you guys land on the street is a human man with a bit of like a bluish skin tone. It's not a Triton, but there's some elements that have definitely seeped in, maybe through bloodline. And he just looks like a haggard older man, and he's talking loudly at someone who owns it looks like a fish market, and he's trying to make a purchase. And immediately tugs on your shoulder, or on your hand, Bryn. That's him.
And Bryn immediately approaches him. Then
Okay, you walk up to Giffian.
does the rest of the party follow? Because this is
Yes.
usually how far I get
Yeah,
before somebody else
yeah.
starts talking over me.
We're following, but letting you lead.
Oh no! Don't do that. I mean, like I
Nope,
would have
do
no
it.
frame of
Nope,
experience.
nope, nope.
Do it.
Do it.
You
What are you
lead.
doing? You're in this.
Bryn got your attention. You
Yep.
lead.
Bryn approaches him, and like halfway through one step, and the next puts on like her diplomat face. And just says, "I'm so sorry. We're looking for you, I think."
And you hear him. He's just kind of like, it sounds like he's haggling over pricing for something. Like he's a loud. He's not yelling at this man, but he's a loud person. And he kind of turns over, looking at you. His eyes kind of encircled with the same golden flecks that you saw from the other deities. I thought I told you to. What are you doing here?
Looking for you.
How did you? That boy. Very well. What is it that you want? I cannot imagine a situation where I would allow land folk in my domain, but
Well, this is an extenuating circumstance. It happens to be the end of the world.
the end
Yep.
of your world, you keep saying.
It's fair. I've never known
mean,
another, so
don't you-
it is the end for myself.
Don't you just live underwater?
He laughs, and you look around at his sprawling metropolis, which he himself is walking on land, but he still
Like,
calls
I'd
you land.
understand if we're on the plane of water, you have no reason to be worried. But, like, Artelicus is just gonna come and kill you, so... He already killed
Believe-
Maestra, so...
What did you say?
He killed Maestra.
Killed
He
Maestra.
killed Maestra.
We all just like echo it, like just like
Just as a collective. He killed Maestra.
You
Just
all,
like
yeah.
It talks and there's 1,000 voices at
He
once.
killed
Anne
Maestra.
thinks you're making fun of her and gets put off for a second. Like, why are you guys all talking at the same time? It's
Why?
rude.
No, I thought that was my thing.
Honestly, super not cool, guys.
Kind of ableist of y'all.
No, Anne says it as well at the same time, so it's like 500 voices all in chorus.
Giffian takes a second kind of processing this information. It's just like, follow me. And just starts walking away, carrying this giant fish in his hand.
See, Bryn, this is why you tell people the important stuff first.
I don't know if you've ever taken a class in diplomacy, but that's not how conversations work.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of gestures towards Giffian as they're being led.
As Daria is following Giffian, she's kind of like walked up beside him, and she kind of goes, I don't know your real relationship with him, but you've got a good kid. Had a good kid. He was good.
Maris was a good kid. That's correct. I don't understand why you feel the need to tell me this, but it wasn't my fault. So before you make any judgments against someone you've never met,
She
there are
shakes her
things
head.
more powerful than even my mother at work here. I think some of
She-
your party have begun to realize this.
She shakes her head and she just goes, no blame. He just reminded me of someone, and I wanted to let you know he was a good kid.
It's a moment of frustration and then sadness in his eyes. And he keeps walking. He leads you to a building. It's nothing fancy. It's not a palace. It's not a temple. It's a house. He lives amongst his people. And in this house, it's very well kept. You don't hear anyone else in there. But in place of like a sitting room, there is a shrine etched into the wall with immaculate detail. Beautiful watercolors forming a mural, really, of a woman dressed in white. And underneath, if you speak Triton or can read it, which I think is just Nerith still, you see the name that you heard earlier, which I totally remember because Giffian
Adeline?
is an important god. Adeline, thank you.
Adeline.
Yeah.
He's definitely not a side character we will only have to see in this one moment.
Listen, the god of the sea is he's chill. He's not as important.
It's
as
like when we have our Atlantis arc in Patria 2, he's gonna be really
Exactly.
fucking important, okay guys?
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
When you become pirates, it'll be great.
Oh my god!
For water pirates.
Pyrodar?
He puts the fish in this like storage room and washes his hand in a basin and comes back to you. So you came all this way. You survived Maris's city. He kind of twinges at that. What do you want? My sister is dead. My brother is insane. What do you want?
Do you not
We need your
remember
help.
our conversation from before?
Which one?
In the ocean?
It was
Which
like
is
3 days
let's,
ago.
instead of beating
apparently.
around the bush, we need your help. We came to hopefully get your divine spark.
Oh, is that all?
That's it.
That's
I mean,
it, eh?
I don't know if you're sarcastic right now, but that's it.
He kind of thinks a sec on it and then looks at you, Bryn. Did you find him? I was meaning to ask last time we met.
She gets this overwhelming feeling that he's talking about somebody that would only have a significance to her, and she doesn't want to think about any of that. So she simply replies, "I have not."
Well,
and hopes that was the right answer.
keep looking.
Bran nods and definitely does not side-eye Anne, like Anne will have the answer for her. And then looks back fully straight ahead, keeping with her bluff.
Giffian then looks at Anne and senses what she is and what she currently contains. And then looks at you, Wilkes, who currently also contains something. What are you trying to do? You can't possibly kill him, even with this newfound power and whatever you hope her to become. What is the plan?
I think we're trying to rebuild Paella.
A reset
Or-
button, you could call it.
Something similar.
We're gonna try and weaken him enough to take his spark.
And then just hope that this poor young girl becomes a god?
It's one of, if not our only option. We have
Just
no
following
hope.
the Ironfall prophecy.
He looks confused. The what prophecy? Speak up.
Ironfall prophecy.
Of course there's a prophecy on how to kill a god. I must be honest. I have no interest in dying. I'm sure the others have told you nothing. That is their way. If you reform, dear mother, or whatever you become, looking now intensely at Anne, it will take us back. Did they tell you that?
No.
And so you are asking me to die? I do have a question. What broke the shield?
A moon.
Moons fell
Abyssal.
on the barrier.
Abyssal.
Abyssal.
Abyssal, I mean. Abyssal. Sorry, I was just repeating cold. I was like, shit. I was wrong when I said it.
He kind of ponders that for a moment. Now, I'm not sure how it happened for my siblings, but when that shield broke, when it started to crack, I could hear it. But when it finally broke, it was like being pulled through by the ocean. Back into Patria. Now, I quickly returned and was very distraught when I found that Adeline was gone. I don't know where she went. I can't see her, which, for someone as old as me, is concerning. Giffian looks at you, Mackenzie. and then to Anne, and then back to you. Can you see her?
I look at Anne.
Anne kind of
Yeah.
nods, looking at, gesturing towards your, where she knows you keep your orbs.
I gave her Vala.
Yeah, you still have Simon.
Yeah.
You have a connection to the divine. She kind of nods at you. It's worth a try. Weren't the other gods blocked from seeing Autolycus and what he was doing? We're not.
I'm confused. What are we doing?
You're looking for Adeline.
I think they
Oh.
want you to scry on Adeline.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I can do that. Do you have a possession of hers?
He kind of smiles. Yes, I have a couple. And he grabs
And- A picture, maybe, even?
He gestures to the mural on the wall.
Oh, now that you mention it.
I did it myself with finger paints. He gives you a white gold necklace with a blue pendant.
A white gold what?
A white gold necklace.
Okay. Mackenzie will...
White gold concordant.
Do I use the mirror or do I use the orb?
Orb.
Anne stands up and walks towards you, Mackenzie.
Uh-oh. I don't audibly say that.
Do you trust me, Mackenzie?
Hesitantly, yes.
Ren glares at you.
From over.
What? I got meteor stormed 3 times.
I'm sorry, Mackenzie. She holds out her left hand and begins like a counterclockwise motion with her right. And you feel a cold pulling, like you're standing in front of like a liquid canister of nitrogen. And it's very, very cold. And she moves her hand away and she's holding an orb. Not dissimilar to Simon and Vala's, but you know that their origins are not of the gods. And this is different. It is filled with endless constellations.
Wow.
Now, I don't know what's going to happen when you touch it, but
Uh-huh.
I feel like if you were able to see more clearly with the daughter of Autolycus, you might be able to see very clearly with 2/3 of the children. Right?
Yeah.
Don't
And
drop it, Mackenzie.
I would never. Mackenzie takes the orb and sits down with it in his lap.
Okay. You do take damage.
Ooh.
Because it's very cold.
Wait, can I turn my hands to ice?
You can after you realize how cold it is.
Cool.
Oh, that's not even that bad. Math is hard. 35 cold damage.
There goes those temp hit points. Boo!
And then you turn
How
your
much?
hand
It
into
was
ice.
35?
35, yeah.
Okay.
What were those temp hit points from again? Does anyone know?
Ara
We
gave
just
them
got
to you.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ara.
Oh, okay. 'Cause
Aura
I-
said Ara.
Ara gave
Yeah,
you
you
an
got- you
energy
got them.
drink.
Okay.
Okay, and then I will cast Scrying.
Okay. You do not need to
And-
roll. So what are you
Oh.
scrying on?
I'm scrying on Adeline. they have -12 to their save. Or
They...
-14, or -6 to their save.
In this case, they auto fail.
Oh,
You're
they're
holding
getting
2/3 of the Pantheon in your hand.
Oh.
You're
Nice.
strong right now. You're juiced up.
This force is strong with this one.
Similar to when you got sucked into Vala's consciousness and it felt like your head was getting ripped open.
Ooh.
It's kind of like that, but you're also... God, you guys are going to need to go to therapy after this. I'm sorry.
We didn't before.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Why do you think I'm going into group therapy, Dad?
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. You are pulled into the minds of the gods themselves.
Oh my God.
Better you than me. Good luck.
And you are seeing through the lens of the goddess of life, the god of death, Kaistis, Lothar.
You just come back lobotomized.
He might be drooling a little bit.
I just go, it's like the mock priests. I just go blind forever.
And finally, you see through the lens of Mallow. And you watch as the figure that you see on the wall beside you, Adeline, is held prisoner, being rocked around in this small chamber to the beating of heavy footsteps caused by a creature you have seen before. One of the Titans. Adeline
Like
has
one of Artelicus's titans?
You would surmise as much, yes.
Okay. Uh-oh.
You see that Adeline is collared. She has a golden circlet around her neck that is similar to shackles, but it's not attached to anything. And her cell is comfortable. It is a room. There's a bed, there's furniture, but it is... You don't see an exit. It is a room with no doors or windows. It is a solid construction. And she looks at you. How are you here?
What? Me?
Who are you?
I'm Mackenzie. I'm here on behalf of Giffian.
My dear, he found me. Is he coming?
Probably. Yeah. After I tell him that I found you.
We haven't much time.
Yes.
Can you take me with you?
I go over to her. I've never been able to interact doing this before.
Yeah, you're plugged into like all the
God
satellites
power.
right now.
Uh,
You've got
Your
12G
ping is
internet
so
right
high
now.
that you
Okay.
can physically interact with the entire.
You got negative ping.
Yeah. Calculations are being run before you think of them.
I test a can I cast a cantrip? I try that.
What do you cast?
Produce flame.
You produce a flame.
Go 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 go.
Oh my god. I only have plane shift and transport via plant. Oh, fuck it. And Mackenzie is gonna go over to her, and he's gonna look at his staff, and he's gonna give you like,
Mackenzie,
yeah.
you were holding her necklace. A
Yeah.
piece of metal from Giffian's plane. Just so you know.
He's saying don't leave your staff.
Then I will grab her and cast plane shift.
Focus on
Back.
that necklace and you go back. Okay. While that's happening, you lot sitting in Giffian's living room having some tea.
Get ready for the exorcist.
You see Mackenzie stand up and walk towards the corner of the room where the mural is. And he's like holding out his hand trying to do something, and then the mural catches fire. But it's not like burning and spreading. It's just like a little fire is on the bottom, like keeping her feet warm.
Like a cute fire.
A cute little fire.
Aw, how cute.
Daria, who was like constantly wiping the drool from the corner of his mouth, kind of like sees him get up and then like
Also,
walks
my
over with
eyes are
him.
still bleeding, are they?
No, your eyes are no longer bleeding.
Finally.
Once you escape pandemonium.
And when he walks over to the mural, she's kind of walking over there with him, and then the fire starts, and she's like, "Oh shit!" So it's like,
Is that normal?
Like, I don't know, and I'm trying to stamp it out.
Giffian is like in the kitchen grabbing something he hasn't noticed yet.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him. I'll fix it.
And then after after the
Alima.
fire ignites and Mackenzie's kind of doing like these weird hand gestures, you see him punch through the mural and grab
fix
onto
that.
where the arm was and disappear.
I can't fix that.
And-
Oh my god, he's gone.
And the mural disappears.
I can't fix that.
Mackenzie, you burst in through the front door behind them.
Oh my goodness!
Oh.
That was
Like
crazy,
Mackenzie?
guys.
Giffian
What
like
the
comes
hell?
back out and looking, and you watch as Mackenzie comes in. Mackenzie, you feel like you've got some dead weight on you. You look behind you, and
am I
Adeline
holding,
is
like, carrying
unconscious
her, or-
behind you.
Oh, I
I
just
thought you were gonna
carry
say
her.
dead. I thought you were gonna say dead.
She is slumped over. You're just kind of holding her arm up above her head unnaturally a little bit, and Giffian just
I
drops
pick her
whatever
up
he's
at the
doing.
shoulder. It's like, I did it.
Question mark.
Bryn, assuming this is how things are done, just golf claps for him.
And first of all, holds out the hand for the orb back.
Oh, he
still
hands
gonna
the
keep
orb
it?
back.
Kai rushes over to just help heal where he
She takes it back and then looks stone cold at Giffian. She's sleeping, like the people in Mornkati.
Oh, the pale heart.
Shit.
I love
But
my
she's
evil
here.
girlfriend.
Give us what you said you would. And she stands up, and it's the first time this weird perspective thing happens outside of Pandemonium. As Anne is now standing roughly 2 feet taller than Giffian.
Oh damn.
You made a promise.
Whoa, Anne, you get so big.
Giffian still kind of like trying to get his wife like settled and like what the hell's going on. Looks up at her. Can you fix her? Anne almost rolls her eyes. A tinge of frustration and annoyance. You know who did this, she says.
I mean, I can explain it to him if you want.
There's no need, Mackenzie. He knows.
Oh, good.
He's met them.
Oh!
Now, give me what you said you would. And she holds out her hand. Giffian stands up, takes a deep breath, and kind of looks down at his wife, who is now just laying on the floor. And he just reaches out and grabs her hand, the same hand that produced the orb that you just used, Mackenzie. And you see his veins glow that deep blue, matching the pendant that she was wearing. And energy leave him and travel into Anne, whose skin begins to flicker and flake a bluish, purplish energy. I saw that. You know where your sister is, don't you? And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
My wife is so badass.
Can I ask Anne one
You
more
seemed
question?
a little mean.
Sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mackenzie.
If I was able to do that with the orb, would I be able to do the same thing to my brother?
It's possible. Mackenzie, all I know is that your brother is under a very deep influence. We could try when I've regained my strength.
Mackenzie nods.
He's gonna be okay, Mackenzie. At least one of you is gonna get a happy ending, I promise.
He's hoping it's him. I'm still rooting for him.
She smiles. that was heavy.
Yeah.
Scoob.
Yikes around.
Like,
yeah.
gee, Scoob.
Like,
Like,
jeez.
that was cool.